G'day everybody, welcome back to another live watch along on the channel. It's a big contest this afternoon. It's the Cats taking on Sydney. Basically a top four clash, I think, with some results that have happened. I think Geelong are out of the four at the minute, I'm not exactly sure, but it's basically a top four clash. Should be an absolute beauty, both these sides obviously playing some great football this year. Both teams win-loss record-wise in terrific form. Cats 4 out of the last 5 in Sydney. Haven't lost since round 2, so both sides due for a loss at the same time. See how we go.
Today they've made a
couple
couple
of
of changes
really from a Sydney
It's been a long
perspective.
time since Cunningham's been out.
There's that part of me that says, well, we're probably due a loss. Our last few weeks haven't been the greatest football from four-quarter perspectives, and it feels like the Cats are really starting to sharpen up and play some really damaging footy with what they offer. So we'll see what happens today, I suppose. It's always tough down there at the Cattery. It's been a while since we played down there at 𝐓𝐡𝐿𝐵𝗹. I think the last game was in 2023, and that's when we lost by almost 100 points. That was early stage of the season. Obviously, killed with injury early on that year, and I remember there was Callum Mills playing on Tom Hawkins throughout one stage because I think we had a few key defenders out. Let me just configure this audio properly so I can actually listen to this. But hopefully going well, lads. Yeah, surely one of the games of the round. These two great sides that are playing some good football this year. Oh, sorry about that, Aussie mate. Again, I just keep things default. I don't add any more. I'm not trying to stitch people up. Oh, wouldn't mind a bit of extra coin. So, cheers, mate. No, I'm only joking. But it's a massive you could really say it's a big test for both sides because, let's remember Geelong 3 weeks ago got belted by Port Adelaide away, but they're really now starting to get the ball rolling. Similar to us, offensively, they're looking really dangerous too. A lot of their outside runners playing some influential games, and their midfield's been standing up. 𝐼𝐴 Mullen, you'd expect he gets a job done on somebody today, and Mark O'Connor probably gets the job on 𝐼𝐴 like he did last year. So they've got definitely some players to shut down, and we need to try and shut down some of their players. James Jordan, perhaps, does he go on to somebody like, hopefully it's Holmes, because it's sort of that similar type. But we don't want to let Bailey Smith dominate either. And of course, both teams really like the hand passing game, especially through the corridor. Both really good running sides, so let's hope it's a good offensive matchup today. But, narrow ground. Look, in history-wise, we seem to play 𝐓𝐴 actually okay. I don't think it's really our worst venue. We actually have one of the better venues out of all, really, opposition teams in the league. But granted, we haven't played there in a while. I think throughout this decade, it's been, 2 times? We played there in 2021 against the Eagles. That was during COVID, though. But it's a big test. Big test. There's that pessimistic side of me that says we're probably due for a loss, and wouldn't be surprised if we get a touch-up, but let's hope we really bring it all today. Because, Fremantle won last night. If we lose this, we lose top spot, but it's a long season. I think really, from a Swans point of view, trying to lock in the top 4 is the most important thing. Half-time quiz question for you. How good? I'll have to make Rolls Macca's waiting music. Yeah, no, it's just it seems to be the same song. It's just, it does the job, I suppose. All right, well, players getting in the position now. Should be a cracking contest, let's hope. 𝐼𝐴 𝐿𝐵𝗹, of course, in today. He's been in ripping VFL form. Look, comes in probably just to take a small forward role, but we've got 4 small forwards in here today, so he might get a bit of a run in the midfield, but yep, he is starting forward. Rowbottom's starting forward as well. And Mark O'Connor not on Heaney. He's going to be starting in defence. And as for Geelong, Tanner Bruins are laid out. He's managed. And 𝐼𝐴 comes back in. And Cunningham, really interesting, he was dropped. I thought he'd be very important today to try and lock up one of these small Cuts forwards, because obviously we all know Geelong's small forward department's very dangerous. So I'm a bit surprised he's dropped, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so Rowbottom is going to go to Stewart. That's interesting. And there it is. Big Will Edwards on Shannon Neal. That's going to be a matchup. Well, here we go, lads. Top 4 clash. The 𝐼𝐴 versus Sydney. It's been a while since the Swans have played down here. Let's see if we can make it another win. That would be handy, but yeah, should be a beauty. Sydney versus the 𝐼𝐴 at 𝐺𝐵 1 away. Grundy and Edwards to do battles. And we're going to win the first centre clearance here through 𝐼𝐴c 𝐞𝐬. A bit of a shallow entry. Doesn't even make inside 50. Mopped up nicely from Humphreys. He hits a nice short kick to Ollie Dempsey. And Josh Sarong on Ollie Dempsey as well. That's going to be an interesting matchup. He's a player, Dempsey, that really likes to creep out goal side. I think Sarong can position himself pretty well. So hopefully he can do a good job today. Edwards can't hold on to the mark. Good contest, though, from a pack of players. No one's spinning the ball out. No, it does come out. And that's not a good kick from Emery, and that's out in the full. And of course, the game before, how about that from North Melbourne? Some sort of comeback. I think they'll take over 40 points down. Looked like a good mature performance from Gold Coast, but geez, they stopped there. I think for the most part, their midfield looked really sharp, but they just seemed to fall asleep at the wheel. North surged through and pick up one of their best wins in a while, you'd think. Anyway, Edwards now goes long down the line. 𝐼𝐴 versus O'Sullivan. That's a nice contest. Rowbottom at ground level does the nitty-gritty. Papley tackled well from O'Connor. Ball still to be won here. It's going to be umpire's ball. Yeah, of course, Pendle's game later on in 20-odd minutes. So that's going to be an intriguing contest. Okay, it's a free against Edwards here, so it's going to be Grundy's chance to whack it in long. But of course, yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I would like to see the start, like Pendle's walking out. Oh, 𝐼𝐴 𝐞𝐬. How about that kick from Grundy? Hit a perfect spot right into the nook of the pocket. Well, this is going to be a tricky kick for him. But yeah, no, should be obviously a great atmosphere with that Pendle's game. One of the all-time greats for Collingwood, no doubt. But we've got the better game on here at the minute. No, only joking. No, it is to be fair. 𝐼𝐴 𝐞𝐬. Oh, he should have never been dropped. How about that? 𝐼𝐴 Oops, sorry, I pressed the wrong button. 𝐼𝐴 with the first. Good start. I need to change my bloody buttons. That's why I pressed the wrong button, because it says Sydney goal on this one, even though it's for the 𝐼𝐴s. Well, we'll take that start. It's been a few games in a row we seem to have slow starts and concede the first couple, so nice to get the first, I suppose. It was a free against Edwards for a hold. And Grundy, well, I don't really think it's anything special, just really a kick to the pocket and 𝐞𝐬 seemed to time his run. But that's a beautiful check side. It's always hit and miss, but he's kicked a beauty. All right, we'll take it. And I just hope he gets some runs in the midfield, you know, pushing up the stoppages on the ball. Because this is his natural position, just horseshoe as a small forward. So Chad, McInerney and Heaney in the centre bounce. Buzz, Holmes in the midfield too with no Tanner Bruin. And now Chad at the front here, takes a bounce. Lowers the eyes, too short for Amadi, who can get this. Chad can on his left shoe. It's going to go to the goal square here. Good contest. 𝐞𝐬 again. Flicks. Oh, Caden. He should have just went for goal. That's a good tackle. Ball. It is. Good start. Well, I don't know what 𝐞𝐬 is doing there. He should have just jammed it on his shoe. Yeah, that was a bit too... I thought he did a okay hand pass, but just didn't have the purchase. Well, Rowbottom, that's unlucky for Humphreys. Rowe, he should go. No, he doesn't. I mean, really, from point-blank range, should be goaling there, so that's a wasted opportunity. Oh, wait, okay. Chance for a 7-point play. What on earth is going on at the minute? Blanky's intercepted. Turnover from the kick in there. Blanky was Johnny on the spot. All right. Just need to try and compose myself here. Well, what a start from 𝐼𝐴 𝐞𝐬. It's been a good start of the centre bounce who won it from that. Yeah, that's a rare error from Tom Stewart. Well, looking sharp early on here. That's important. Well, Louise, his goal kicking, very hit and miss. He's glancing. No, he's got to go for goals here. No, he's going to centre it. Oh, wow, what a kick. Fair enough. McInerney seemed to be in a little area of his own. Beautiful centre. All right, well, Juzzy should be going here directly in front, make this a 7-point play. Well, Blanky, he got sort of hit on the jaw when he marked that ball, so hopefully he's okay. Probably animated a bit. Lizard emojis in the chat, how good. One of his best games in a while, I thought, last week. Really lifted after half-time in the win over the Pies. Can he kick his first? Leading the comp in score involvements. Hits the post. Damn. Yeah, we can't be wasting opportunities early on against a side like Geelong. But nevertheless, it's a good start. Holmes now receives the kick in and he gives it back to Lawson Humphries and they can boot it out of the 50 here, the Cats. Dempsey versus Sarong. That's going to be an interesting matchup in the air. Dempsey trying to get possession but tackled okay from Heaney and that's a very good tackle. Umpire's ball. Well, damn, we could be 3 goals up here, but it is what it is. Good start, though. Grundy in a good position against Edwards. You'd expect Grundy, matchup-wise, to have a good afternoon, but don't push your luck. Cats now work the hands nicely from the stoppage. Humphries getting some touch early on, finds Dempsey, gives the hands quickly now. 𝐼𝐴𝐶 in fine form, deep to the square. It's not a good kick. All 𝐼𝐴𝐶, who was, another really good player in the second half, I thought, against the Pies. Brick wall back there. So fair enough, he's retained his position in the team. Out wide now to Jake Lloyd. Quiet last week. I suppose that's just what you're going to get with a player like him playing that high half forward role / wing. And getting on with age. Long down the line, Grundy's in a good spot, but Cats arriving and sport over ball in centre wing. Hope they're going well too, Al. Good to see you in the stream, my friend. And Aussie Trump fan, good to see you in here too, mates. Smithster. What else we got in here? Jack Tyler, all the lads. And yes, of course I did, Matthew, watch the end of that Suns game. Yeah, nah. Just what North needed. I think they're due for a scout. And I suppose I'll take the tip as well. I did back in the Kangas. Didn't look good early on, but that's the risk you go. You sometimes got to go against the grain. It pays off, it doesn't. I've had a few of them throughout the year. You know, I tipped the Pies over the Cats a few weeks ago. That turned out to be shockers. So you win some, you lose some, I suppose. That's what Manner's been on real form. Gets the clearing kick. Oh, he's got to be better than that, Blakey. No, it's a push. Geez, that's a let off there. I thought he got shoved off a bit too easily. And that's a risky kick. Cats, there we go. Guard in the corridor, okay. Who can win the ball back, though? Ball in dispute. Rose has had a dirty old game last week. Couldn't do much right with this disposal. Hopefully he can be more cleaner. Hanley, I'm liking his 4.5 pressure from some of the VFL games I've been able to watch this year. And he dove on it. That's unlucky. So it's going to be a free against him. And they go quickly inside 50 here. Somebody's fallen over. All right, well, Martin fell over. Wicks kept his feet. Intercept mark. Blanky now back the other way. Nothing to go to. And it's got to be intercept mark by Jeremy Cameron out of all people. Yeah, I think the week before's game against the Crows proved that was just a blip on the radar. You know, their football's been really good. Anyway, Cats are shifting the ball well here. 𝐴𝐶 lowers the eyes. Can't quite hit Neil. Henry playing forward again like last week. Heaney's hands. McInerney has to go. That's a really good win. And now we can shift the hands here. Chad, it's a bit of a dirty hand pass for him. Can he just try and work it forward? We've got the out number on the wing. Good hands from Hanley. Out here to Tommy McCartan. Back home in his local town of Geelong, of course. The hand's not great. Holmes picking it off and just walks it over. Well, it feels like Cats are now starting to get a bit of sharpness on their ball movement, especially from stoppage. So, yeah, obviously, last few entries haven't been the most cleanest, so holding up okay. VFL earlier today, Sydney, not a bad effort. Cats VFL side's very good this season, but we've really improved too. It was roughly, 2 to 3 goal loss. McLean kicked 3, I think, in the first quarter. We had a great start, then faded away a bit, and I think it was 3 goals 13 after half-time, so not really ideal. Shad dispossessed. Manner attacks it well. Sarunga good tackle. Buzz ball. Really good last week too, I thought, Jai Sarong. That's the beauty of this year. Feels like getting quite a bit from some of these role players. As that's a great hit out from Edwards. Now Manner whacks it forward. Mills is the spare. No, Henry does too good against Milliken. I thought Mills was able to get there to intervene, but oh, Jez, they've quickly played it on. Come around the corner, he's gold. How about that from Jez? Well, Milliken had to do, I think, a bit better there, 1-on-1. Got an outbeat there from Henry. There we go. Quick answer from Cameron. Snap around the corner and he's gold. I mean, it was that quick they gave the hands. I didn't even bloody see it. Yeah, Milliken just has to do better there. He didn't really have his... he had his back to the contest. And then Cameron always deadly from those sort of ranges. Snaps around the corner. But that was a really good hit out from Edwards into space for Matter. Long kick inside 50. Yeah, just sort of lagged off there a bit, Melican. Didn't really go up for a spoil. He lost his bearings a bit. I don't really blame Mills because sort of what it wasn't really in his vicinity. I just thought it had to be a bit better there from Melican. Well, these stoppages now, the Cats are really starting to gain control. So they get the centre clearance. Blakey mops it up nicely. No, sorry, that's Bice. Thought he was better last week. Handball received from Bice. Through the stable, through the middle of the ground we go. Now shifting the angles. 𝐓𝐿𝐴 can't take it up against 𝐼𝐗𝐼𝐷. And now the Cats settle here with a wing. But that kick from Smith's no good. Okay, last disposal 3. Need to try and keep Bailey Smith quiet too. I think alongside Butters and a few others, he's probably one of the best individual players in the comp this year. He's been unreal. Having an absolute stack of it. Anyway, Strong now inside 50. Let's get a fly here. Edwards back with a flight. Free hit to Geelong. Looks like a bit of an infringement. Hopefully Amada's okay. Probably just a bump on the knee. Don't want him going down. O'Sullivan long down the line. Sarong in a good spot, can't quite take the mark. Henry brings it to ground. Jack Martin extracts the ball out. Grundy at ground level does well to Blakey now. We work it through the middle, bit of a shaky hand pass, but Bice on the end of it. What can he manufacture? Good kick to the pocket, finds 𝐼𝐷. All right, well, we've got to convert here. You know, had a few wasted opportunities at the start of this game, so let's see if we can just get a goal back here. That would be nice. If the going well Blues baggish, 𝐷𝐶 𝐷𝐿𝐴. Yeah, I think Hoff will go to him, but he seems to have very good performances against West Coast, so he could, but you just got to realise that his ceiling is somewhat capped with the tag, but easily 𝐷𝐿𝐴 could break it. I'll probably give it a crack. Joel 𝐼𝐷, can he goal here? That's better. Good stuff, all right. Get a much-needed response. Well, it's a good win on the wing. Grundy getting to work. Blakey shifting the hands. It's a bit of a wobbly old one for Bice, but a really nice kick. It looked like he was going long, but then he cut the kick short to 𝐼𝐷 in a bit of patch of space, a little tick lead. Should 𝐕𝐶 𝐬𝐿𝐴 into the 𝐵𝐴. If you're going to 𝐕𝐶 𝐬𝐿𝐴, you must have a loop, a red dot for the late like you must have a red dot for a Dogs or Melbourne play because a 𝐕𝐶 on Sunday is quite late. But yeah, 𝐬𝐿𝐴's not a bad option either. He's been in a good fantasy form, getting plenty of the ball. But yeah, last week tagged. Holmes, that's a good smother from Jordan. Ball alive here on the wing. Close, been in better form. Good tackle from Wicks. Not going to get pinned though. That's unlucky. Now Atkins inside 50. Not a great kick. Blanky with a spoil. And ball in. Ah, Clarny, well, there you go. Yeah, you could go 𝐬𝐴. Yeah, I reckon. I think Butters is a pretty safe captain option tonight against the Blues. I mean, I've got the captaincy on Grundy. It's just a bit of a non-negotiable against Edwards. We'll see how that goes. I'd give 𝐷𝐿𝐴 a crack. 𝐿𝐴 now. That's a good tackle, Shelter. It could be pinned. Nah, yeah, didn't really have prior. It was sort of that second tackle. McDonald, ground level, well done. He was in an article earlier this week from 𝐷𝐿𝐴 McCurdy that he says he's not really happy with his output, so let's hope he can have a big game today. But he's been in good goal-kicking form. What is it, 8 goals in all his last 3 games? Bice, there you go. Tony Jones-esque disposal, but it works for Papley. What can the little Energizer Bunny do? That's a bad kick in the corridor. McCartan, goalkeeper style, keeps the ball alive. All right, just force a stoppage here. I'll do. Well, Papley's kick had to be a bit better there. He just had to hit that kick short, the kick shorter to Jordan, not to Wicks. And we may have been out there. Dangerfield, what can he do today? Powerful player. And yeah, that's well done at the source. But he's tackled instantly, blitz salves off the handball received by McDonald. Another ball up here. Atkins can't quite get it out. Humphries tackled well. Well, the tackling pressure's looking decent so far from us. And there you go, 198. Pressure factor to the Cats, 163. But as we all know, pressure can ebb and flow throughout games. Holmes really tackled well from 𝐴𝐿𝐷𝐪, I think. Blakey in front, that's well done. No, sorry, that's 𝐵𝐼𝐶. That's a good defensive act. That's a risky hand pass. We're sort of forcing it. 𝐵𝐼𝐶 surely taken high. Nothing given. 𝐷𝐿𝐷𝐪 works his way through. That's well done from Gus. He's been able to break the lines well, okay, but that's a bad kick turnover here. Guthrie mops up to Humphreys. Back through the corridor, the Cats go. That's a good kick from Neil. And there you go, he takes the mark. Well, yeah, we just sort of try to force our way. It's nothing unusual, really. We seem to do that at times, just jam it through the corridor and sort of improvise our way through, but it didn't work there. I think for the most part, 𝐴𝐿𝐷𝐪's kicking's been better this year, but you'll still get a few of those that just... He doesn't really kick the cover off it. They just land short. You know those ones where you try and kick the ball and you turf it, you hit the ground instead of the ball, and the ball lands short. Neil now. Here goes for goal. Bit of a let off there. He's only kicked the minor score, so 1 goal, 1 place, 2 goals, 2. Unfortunately, can't because of copyright of a friend Dark. Blakey to bring it back into play. Nothing he likes, so he's going to go back the other way. That's a very good kick for 𝐼𝐿𝐷𝐪. How about that? Couldn't get much better. And he's only at half back. Well, nothing fancy here, long down the line. Let's see if we can get a mark. McDonald, that's a good win. Okay, now we're out here. Oh, damn. It's a block free. We're out there. Wilson Humphreys now. That's a good kick. He started well, Humphreys. Out to Mana. Mana now. That's a good kick. How about that? Beautiful kick for Dangerfield. That's almost undefendable, really. That's a beautiful entry finding the 35-year-old. 35, 36 is getting on. Oh, that's a bit too easy. Over the top, finding Henry. Well, this is going to be a lot more of a gettable range here for Ollie Henry. Caught out goal side there all on his own. Well, Ollie Henry can get a goal back here for Geelong. And does the job. A good start here for both sides. 2 goals each. Hopefully they show the free on the wing. We're really out there. That's a shame. It was there a block against someone? Oh, they're not going to show it. That's a shame. But how about that kick from Mana? Absolutely beautiful. Absolute dart. That's pretty tricky to defend. And then, yeah, Hanley just garnered a bit of grass there. 2 goals, 1 place, 2 goals, 2. Does Rolls go live on Twitch? No. No, that was years ago. I actually don't know why it's on my on the graphic down there. It just is, I suppose. I used to stream a bit of FIFA, but I didn't really stream it on Twitch. I streamed it on this YouTube channel. Edwards on Dangerfield. Ball back in the middle. Let's try and win it out of the middle. That's a good hit out from Grundy. Heaney, can he get a bit of separation? He just whacks the hand pass forward. Cuts read it well though on the outer. Rowbottom hunts well. Jams the kick forward inside 50. Not really to anybody advantageous. Stewart takes on a tackle. He does well. He gets the hand pass out. Now Blitzarves can clear here for Geelong. Down the line they go towards a contest. Pelicans left his man. That's well done. But the Cats still work the ball forward. Bailey Smith now. Oh, beautiful tap from Danger to Mines. Can he be clever? The kick, he drops it short. He gives it back to Dangerfield here. He just jams the kick forward. It dribbles all the way. Well done, Jake Lloyd. On the line. Jeez, that almost snuck through a couple. Now we go quick from the kick in. Mills over the top to Lloyd. Over the top now here to the Tommy McCartan. Sweeping hand pass from Ian. He's going to get crunched here. Taps it back to Lloyd. Now he jams it forward. Hadley, that's a great tackle. Laldo gained some territory. Ball up centre wing. I feel like the term centre wing, there's not much use saying the word centre wing because the wing's the wing, really. Like, I don't know. It's a bit of a term that doesn't really need to be said. Grundy works it forward. Cats mopping up nicely, though. Guthrie, bit of that through ball over the top to Close. Well defended from 𝐵𝐼𝐶. That's a big win. Now, back through the middle we go. Malcolm Roses. Can he be better with the ball this week? Well, so far, not really, because that's just a bit of a kick to nobody. College hasn't shown his old age speed. He mops up nicely, though, to Humphreys and out of Myers. Oh, bad turnover there. He's given it right to Sarong. That's not 15, surely. Well, what can Sarong do? Hits it inside 50 for Heaney, almost with the one paw. That was would have been some sort of a mark. Let's try and get a turnover here. Cats, though. Oh, geez. Not great. Roses now. Oh, no. Just couldn't get the bend, the ball drop on the on his shoe there. Well, out in the full. Oh, a few unforced errors here from Geelong. So, Cats in the back pocket here. Nicely measured kick here to Bailey Smith. Oh, almost defended it, but just wasn't able to. Now Dempsey over here to 𝐼𝐚 𝐿𝐴. Methodically working their way up the ground here, the Cats. Now a bit of a muddly old entry inside 50. Fumble there from Close, mopped up from Edwards. Well done from Atkins. He gets on the out, gets in and under, and now back inside 50. Geelong go. The kick from Hayndrew is a dangerous one. Mills touches it. Well done, Callum. On the score. Well, it's been a bit of an exuberant start from both teams, really. Both sides getting a bit of flow in their ball movement. Plenty of energy both teams are showing. It's been a good start. Now, here we go again. Bice, long down the line. We've got the outnumber here. Got to compete. That'll do. So, 2 goals 3. Plays 2 goals 2. Bice has started really well. Humphreys with 8. Holmes with 7. Blanky with 7. For disposal winners. 5:40 to a quarter time. Clearances Holmes for 3. Heaney for 3. Bailey Smith 2. Grundy and 𝐓𝐴𝐿. So 𝐓𝐴𝐿's doing a bit of the ruck work today. Lloyd in there. Same with James Jordan. Shifts it back to Sheldrick. Whacks it forward. Holmes in a good spot. That's a really courageous mark back with a flight. Adelaide had to do a bit better there. And a long switch here. Oh, that's a bit of an iffy kick there, but Myers able to win it out one-on-one. Can they now use it a bit better here, Geelong? Looks like they can. Bice just couldn't get there in time. Now Brad Close inboard. Back to Myers. Plays on now, and that's a good-looking kick for Bailey Smith. Oh, he's dropped his lollies. Had to be a bit better there. Jordan, that's high, surely. Well done from Jordan. Well, a few mistakes creeping in here, really, from both sides. Misplaced hand passes, drop marks, misplaced kicks. I suppose, the pace of the game's really quick at the minute, so Jordan out across here to Melican and now to McCartan. Getting a lot more disposal this year, Tommy McCartan. The kick to the wing, is it good? Don't think so. 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐴 gets there just in time. Well, we'll take some territory here. Ball in. Eagles the first. Yeah, right. We'll have to check, my Twitter page and stuff, and the Instagram page, and just see the, I'd like to see when it's the Pendles walking out and stuff. Would be pretty special. Anyway, winning out of the source here. Lloyd. That's just a terrible kick, but it's, I suppose, some territory. I mean, Lloyd had a bit of time there, and it was similar to Roses before. The ball drop was an absolute shocker. I'll load up the 𝐻𝐡𝐞 𝐎𝐥𝐝. It's almost on the screen. The other game. Mills now inside 50. Who can fly? Come on, Charles. Oh, well defended from College Johnson. He just got a hand in there. Good pressure from Hanley, but the Cats still get out of the 50. Mills read it well. Play on now. McInerney. Bit of a fake hand pass. Back inside 50. Had some time. It's not a great kick. We're getting a few repeat entries here. Just not really making the most of it. I think Geelong as a back six are looking pretty well settled back there. Oh, there we go. Grundy couldn't take the mark. Holmes getting plenty of it early on, and now they work it through the middle of the ground here. Geelong, Dangerfield, marks just outside 50. And the kick, does it get over the top? The Dempsey, it does. Can he get the hands over the top? Lloyd misses the tackle. Dempsey shifts it to Ollie Henry. Should goal, and he does. Cats gets another unanswered. Well, that was a big win just outside 50 from Ollie Dempsey. We had to try and win that one, but we weren't able to. But yeah, it's a really good kick from Neil back in board to danger. Yeah, Lloyd leaving his man just... Yeah, I mean, it was a 2-on-1 there. We had the outnumber, but we lost it, so that's a shame. Had to be a bit better there. And yeah, a bit of a missed tackle there from Lloyd too, so that's not really ideal. Well, 3 goals, 3 plays, 2 goals, 2. Edwards on Dangerfield. That's going to be great experience for young Edwards. Hit out from Grundy. Holmes, again, he's getting plenty of it. It's going to be another disposal for him, and he just whacks a torpedo. Bit of an ugly old kick, but it could work. Blakey defends in the air nicely. The tap from Lloyd was clever back to Blakey. Tackled well from Martin, but we somehow get it forward to Jordan. He drops the ball. I don't think he had Pry there, so fair enough, it's play on. Holmes tackled well. Ball in. Couple of raspberries is just, if you're curious, lads, what I'm eating. Ball, centre wing here, ball in. Grundy, that's a nice hit out for McInerney. And he finds a bit of space here, out across here to Papley. Can we have a nice kick here? Oh, McDonald, yes, he roves it well. Can he recover? Bouncing ball, should goal here. Marty, there we go, well done. That's a good win from the stoppage there. Grundy, lovely hit down. McInerney, and we're out there. Inside to out, work the hands. Papley's kick, I mean, it looked a bit ordinary, but McDonald got there just in time to get the ball into his favour. Could have went for goals, but just did the safe thing, dribble it forward to where we had a few at the back for Amani to kick the Joe the Goose. Yeah, it looks like he tried to cut it short to Chad there, and to be fair, O'Sullivan read that really well. I thought he was he probably would have gotten to that, but well done from McDonald, working hard and getting his hands on it. Well, we wouldn't mind another big performance from Tommy Papley, though. How about that goal he kicked, what was it, second or third quarter last week? Absolutely beauty from the junction. Ball back in the middle here. So goal back, only trailing by a point, 2:28, and we win the centre clearance here. Shifted the hands from McInerney and Jordan. The kick's not great, though. Drop mark from Atkins. Roses wins it okay. Ball to be won here. Atkins, though, does really well. Well, geez, bit of an indecisive kick. Sarobottom has to go to work. Gives it to Heaney. Now we've got some options here. Kick's a bit ordinary for Chad, yeah. We had, I couldn't tell who that was. I think it was McInerney, all on his lonesome in the pocket. And he just didn't have the hang time there, Heaney, for an advantageous kick for Chad. Cats now really work the hands nicely here, and now they boot forward to a 2-on-2. Edwards in a good spot. Drops the mark, though, but Wicks mops it up nicely. He can have a bit of a stroll here. Good hand pass. No, bad hand pass. I thought it was good initially. 2 turnovers here from both sides. Holmes now. What can he manufacture? Beautiful kick. Jeez, he started well. Maxi Holmes finds a bit of space for Ollie Henry. To 50. Was that against McInerney? No, it was against Wicks. Oh, man, we just can't afford to have any ill discipline this afternoon. This could hurt. Yeah, I mean, he does some... it's been an absolute move and a half for him into his new defensive role. The last, 12-odd months now, but unfortunately with Wicks, he's still going to get some brain fades and some bad disposal here or there. Well, Henry could kick 3 goals in the first quarter here. Ollie Henry. He's missed. All right, let off there. So 3 goals, 4 plays, 3 goals, 2. As Bice now brings it back into play to find Blakey. Out across now to Lloyd. Now to Bice. Sort of just in a bit of a roadblock here, so he has to be creative with it, and Warner gets the contest well. And now to Rowbottom. Oh, that's a great tackle from Mark O'Connor. Jeez, that's a really rough call. Rowbottom basically just got the ball. I mean, he tried to fend it off, obviously, but what else is he meant to do? I suppose break the tackle. But that's really good frontal pressure on the Cats. When we work the hand pass forward there, bang, they just come forward and absolutely burn us. But, oh, geez, bad turnover. So Papley's out here. Okay. Papley over the top for Joel. Should get there, and he does. Bang, okay, we could hit the lead. A quarter time. Well, this quarter's been absolutely everything. We've seen some really good footy from both sides, some really high-pace attacking football, but, geez, we're seeing some ordinary turnovers at the same time. I think at times, really, both teams are their own worst enemy. A few without goal kicking, and Geelong with a few unforced errors. Well, Joel, geez, this could go anywhere. Feels like it could be one of those afternoons. Come on, Joel. Go on it through. On the quarter-time siren. Good man. All right. Lead at quarter-time. I will take that. Got a game on here. 3 goals 4. Plays 4 goals 2. Well, I want to see what actually happened with that Papley turnover. I didn't even see what happened. So Stewart, 𝐚 𝐎�𝐿. No, it's just a bad kick. Papley read it well. Right, well, yeah, not a bad start. Sort of how I said in the pre-game, feel like this could be a really attacking game. Both teams showing their offensive flair, and that's what we're seeing, a bit of pace on the game. But, yeah, there's definitely some mistakes involved with it. All right, I want to switch to the other game. Let's see the Pendles walk out, I suppose. Because, yeah, it's a pretty special moment. Oh, geez, the cameras are all on him. How good's that? It's pretty special, eh? Gold number, of course. What do you prefer? Do you prefer the gold number Pendlebury or the 𝐵𝗎 number on the jumper? I probably prefer the 𝐵𝗎. That was a beauty because like the whole team got involved. But yeah, this is pretty special as well. The Pendles gold number. Oh no, every player's got the gold number. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's pretty special. All right, well, back to the other game. This is a great scene that we're not being slow starting. Yeah, that's a very good thing. Yeah, I was a bit iffy heading in today thinking, geez, we can't let them have a brilliant start over us and fall short and be flat like last week's game. But we've started well, at least from the scoreboard point of view. Take a look at the team stats for quarter time. I think both teams have been able to win their fair share of the clearances. Yeah, 10-8 our way. It's been pretty even. 6-5 in the stoppage clearances. Cats have been able to shift the ball really nicely, but same with us. Contested ball +7 in Geelong's favour. Yeah, slightly better efficiency with 5 marks to 4 inside 50 our way. 3-1 contested marks. 22-12 tackles, that's nice. It still feels like, though, a few times we go inside 50. Cats are probably bopping up a little bit too easy for our liking, so hopefully we can really try and get a lot of those forward half intercepts. All right, let's look at the players stats, shall we? A few players I'm really liking so far. Rolly Bice, I think he's been excellent to kick off this game. Probably been one of our best players alongside Blakey, I'd say. 9 touches, a mark. Yeah, he's really been good. Apart from the Tony Jones-esque kick he had. No, he's been pretty solid. From the Cats' point of view, Max Holmes been pretty good too. Getting plenty of it. More in the midfield today. He's got 11 disposals. Bailey Smith with 4. Ollie Henry, obviously, with 2 goals 2. Already 4 shots on goal from him. Dangerfield's posing as a threat early on. Obviously, 𝐼𝐴𝐸 getting the 𝐵𝐸 𝐿𝐴𝐸. I thought maybe Mark O'Connor could get the job on him because they're sort of play size-wise quite similar. He did do it last year. And yeah, Jordan isn't really running with Holmes that much. He isn't really a full tag, but he is in the midfield. I think, yeah, it's really robot I'm tagging more of Stewart. And yeah, he's just had the 3 disposals, Stewart, and one of them was a direct turnover. So he hasn't been a massive influence yet, which is handy. 𝐼𝐴𝐸 obviously could have kicked that goal, but yeah, pretty content with the start. Could be a lot worse given it feels like the last few weeks our starts have been a bit ordinary. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, lads, if you've just joined. Quarter time, 3 goals 4 plays, 4 goals 2. you see the interview with the Chad? I was at that Channel 7 one. I watched a little bit of it. He seems like, I mean, we all know Chad. He seems like a pretty cool, calm, collected customer. But yeah, it's great to see him really speak highly of Dean Cox. That's really important. I think what we've been accustomed to is definitely longevity with our coaches. So, yeah, no, it's really, really pleasing to hear him say. It was something like, it's really good to have open, honest conversations with Coxie and stuff. So, that might help with his retention at the club after he runs out of contract within the next year or two. It's fair enough, Mike. This is probably one of the games on the round matchup-wise, so that makes sense. Handling quite start, 𝐸𝐞 on 0 disposals. But it feels like when we've kicked him, they've got like 2 plays on him, so... Yeah, you obviously like a bit more from 𝐸𝐞. I've been more disappointed, but... as they say, be careful what you wish for. We could want more from 𝐸𝐞 as we should, but we're sitting 9-1 at the minute, so that's handy. But, it could come back to bite us in a big final if he doesn't lift. But, look, that's just thinking too long down the line. Let's just think of the now. Rump here, so that's handy. 4 goals, 2 plays, 3 goals, 4. I think really both sides have been fortuitous that they've missed some gettable chances. So, anyway, we're on the way for the second term. Crossing the line. No, it's a free for Holmes. Okay, well, free inside 50 here for the Cats. He's got to go here, T-Mac. Oh, geez, a lot of flies there. Oh, 𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐿 shows his pace there. Cameron can get on the end of this one. Ball just doesn't really fall up for him. Henry, really good hands, but fumble there from Munna. And now we clear through Sheldrick. They've got the spare behind the ball of Edwards. So Connor, that's a good mark against McInerney. So dangerous turnover position here for Geelong. Can they strike here? They're going to go long inside 50. Who can fly here? Ball from 𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐿. Out the back, Edwards. Tackled well from Henry. That's a really good tackle. Jesus, that was like I can't really think of a term for it. It was just like a spider, I don't know, like a spider attack where it jumps on somebody and on prey or something like that. That was flew at him. Anyway, well, Mopopo K Mills box kick clearance and it works. 𝐸𝐞, there we go. Geelong obviously could have had him. He was his preferred target, but as we all know, with trade season, things change. Rowbottom does okay. Really should have been marked from one of those key backs, but Geelong weren't able to take the grab. That's a bad kick. Humphries drops the mark, though. Cleary does okay to extract it out. Rowbottom at the source. Heaney flicks it to Hanley. A bit too long there on the ball. That's a really good tackle from 𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐿. Just that splits the second too long, and that, as they say, that's the difference between AFL and VFL level. Oh, geez, that's a really loopy kick. Well done from Heaney. Turnover here. 𝐸𝐞. Really good kick. McInerney. He's found a bit of space. Yeah, geez. They're continuing here a bit, Geelong. Just a few of these sloppy disposals. Uncontested, unforced errors, but it's good. We're looking energised out there. We're looking ready to try and get that intercept, and well done from Heaney. Well, the outer side early on, McInerney at the post from directly in front, about 35 out. He's pretty much in a similar range here. Heading into today, I think he was tied first for score involvements alongside Shea Bolton, and obviously McInerney is a game in hand. Let's see if he can go here, Juz. Set shots usually have been pretty good, and that's well done. We get the first of the second. And yeah, is he having some sort of a season, Justin McInerney? Well, that's important. Just got to punish off their mistakes. Client for going well, mate. Well, speaking of soccer, World Cup next month. Jeez, it feels weird. Like literally, the World Cup's next month. It felt like yesterday we were all watching the Socceroos. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 heads in a beauty against Tunisia. Matthew Leckie kicks the winner. And then, oh man, that what could have been? Was it 𝐓𝐴𝐿? Missing late on against Argentina. Could have sent it extra time. Edwards centre clearance. Grabs out of the ruck. Oh, wow. Mark from Henry. Just like that. Geelong can get an instant response here. Well, yeah, wow. Some sort of a lift from Edwards. He's definitely showcased that in his early stages of his career. Yeah, obviously had that nice hit out that led to a goal last quarter too. Jumps over Grundy, gets the clearance, and yeah, I mean, Grundy just didn't even jump. I think he tried to psych him out by trying to give away one of those crossing line frees. Jack Henry, can he go here? No, he can't. Well, kicks are like a defender. Swung forward, obviously, last week against Brisbane too. So, let off. Yeah, I think he's been a bit more disappointing than good, Mitch. But I thought he was really important that second half last week against the Pies. So hopefully he can just get into the game a bit better. Grundy, good tackle. And Pies ball. Yeah, Grundy won't like that. Getting beat of Edwards in that centre bounce. And yeah, ferocious with that tackle. And he now smacks it up in the air. Punch forward. Slap forward. And the Cats now get it forward inside 50 through Manor. High ball up inside 50. Henry can fly again. At the back here for Neil. McCann has to tackle better than that. Neil around the corner. I mean, it's just a bit of a low percentage shot there. He's basically kicking around his head. Another minus score there. So margin 8 points. A few misses in a row here for the Cats. And Blakey, lovely kick in to find McInerney. Trying to find something in the corridor, so he just has to go lateral, nothing on. Now, it can open up here. We've shifted the angles. Mills over the top here to Hanley. No, that's wrong. Could see on that angle. Oh, no fuss long down the line here. 𝐚𝐿, the target. Hits it down. 𝐿𝐷𝐪 mops it up. Somehow extracts it out. I think 𝐿𝐷𝐪's a bit unlucky there. It's sort of those ones he's just tackled right away. Ball spills out. Tries to make an attempt play on, but incorrect disposal it is. Anyway, long down the line. Heaney. Oh, no. I thought that was Heaney. It was Jumbo Heaney. How about that? Great mark from Edwards. And how about that? He's a massive kick. Showcased that plenty of times in the VFL. Absolutely roosted it. And anyway, we now work the hands on the outer here. No, Heaney just couldn't get it over the top. Humphries dops it up okay. Guthrie now. Back here to Dempsey, working in the phone box here, the Cats. Now they jam it forward. Bit of just a hack forward, and we mop it up well with numbers behind the pill. Blanky, good spoil. Edwards is the handy in the back line. I think that's a pretty good nickname for Edwards, Jumbo Heaney. Not bad. Yeah, so to be fair, I saw some North supporter actually praising Edwards in a tweet I saw on Twitter, and he said Jumbo Heaney, and I thought, no, that's actually a really good nickname. Obviously, Wedwards is one of his other nicknames. Holmes now, well done, good pressure, turnover. Grundy, Sarong, bad hand pass. Yeah, both sides definitely showing some skill errors here. Now Cameron. What can he find? Lead to the pocket, Henry's not honoured. Probably just on the cusp of his range, and he is going to go and try and find Manor. Wow, beautiful kick. He plays on now. Can they go? No. Jeez, this is an absolute let-off. Probably should be trailing here with the Cats a few misses in a row, but I suppose we'll take it. See if we can make them pay. You know, that can be a common thing in footy where you're peppering one down one end, and then sometimes the opposition can just go whack back the other way and get a goal against the grain. Edwards now a bit indecisive. He has to go for a switch here, but it's not a great kick. Picked off from Cameron. And they're going to go quick here. Back inside 50 to find Jack Martin. I mean, surely they go here. Make this one a 10-point play, basically. Edwards just, I mean, he didn't have to play on. But I suppose that's sort of the philosophy of what we have. We like to play on quickly. Henry now around the corner. Good looking kick. That's over the post. Yeah, jeez. No, they look clearly over the post. Another minor score. Okay. 3 goals, 8. Mills now out of the 50. Carton drop mark. Dempsey now. Another forward half turnover here for the Cats. Bailey Smith taking over. Well, skill errors are starting to mount in from our side a bit here this second quarter. Plenty of Swannies fans making the trip over, which is nice to see. 5-0 in the clearances, that's not ideal. I mean, we probably should have got that clearance through Sarong, but he gave it right to the opposition. Manor now, surely holding the ball. So, yep, spun around. I think he's unlucky there, but you spun around, you don't dispose of it. You eventually got the hand pass out, but too late on the ball. There we go. Feels like some of our tackling efforts have been a bit unrewarded. So nice to get a hold on the ball there. 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿 now to 𝐵𝐼𝐶. Cats close up, but we got the outnumber of Lloyd. Just has to go long, a loopy kick. Make a contest of this. 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐴 does well. Could have probably taken the mark. Does well against 𝐷𝐿𝐴𝐿. Just needs to tackle him well. Nope, gets the offloading hand pass. 𝐷𝐿𝐴𝐿 now. Back to Jeremy Cameron. Oh, he's under the pump. Somehow got the hand pass away. That was creative. 𝐚𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴 now. Oh, does well to break free of the row bottom pressure. Now back the other way. We're well set though. Got numbers around this. Tom McCartan. Corridors on. Does it sit here for Juz? No, it doesn't. Humphreys reads it well. And now back the other way. The Cats can go. They're going to go for goal here. Humphreys. Does it sit? It sure does. Ties the game. Well, it was definitely on there, that corridor kick from McCann, but it just didn't really have, just was simply not a good enough kick. Probably a bit too much hang time. And McCann had a lack of awareness there. He sort of just went back with a flight instead of going towards the ball. He sort of didn't really protect the drop zone well, but yeah, no, it wasn't really a great kick. So here we go, starting to get a few mistakes from the back half. Feels like every time we're exiting our 50, it's just a turnover at the minute. So Cats eventually get a goal. That's a shame because they had a bit of a buffer, but now it's all square. 4 goals don't place, 5 goals 2. Umpire's ball. And might I say, I think we usually see it each and every week, a bit of a McCartan blunder. Oh, geez, the hand passing bad there. Another turnover. And now, at the back here, Cameron, he can waltz in the goal and kick another. Geez, we're now really starting to become our own worst enemy with these turnovers. Seeing it from both sides, but it feels like bloody every time we're trying to get the ball in the outer or get it forward, it's a direct turnover. So, turn the game on the head a bit here, Geelong. Another goal their way. It's just a lazy hand pass from Juz. Well, let's reset it. Because we started this second term pretty well, kicking the first, but it's just been skill error after skill error at the minute. And yeah, the Cats off the turnover, absolutely blitzing us there. Cameron all on his lonesome, and he goes. Ball back in the middle here, and they win the centre clearance here, Geelong. Going to be a bit of a shallow entry. Yep, that's a really clever 1-free. Played for it a bit, but it was there. Well, quarter time in the other game. West Coast starting well. I felt like they were a decent chance to start really well, but it's just a massive occasion for the Pies. You expect them to get up, but we'll see how that one goes. Edwards now. No fuss, just going to go long down the line here. Just didn't need to get up Grundy because, well, there you go, McDonald marks the ball. Grundy got up a bit too high there early. Unrealistic attempt. McDonald's taken 2 contested marks, which is a rarity. 2 contested pack marks, and both of them have been when we've given away frees. It's just like, bloody hell. It finally happens, Nut, where you give away a free. Guthrie now, long down the line. Oh, Jack Emery goes for his mitts and close. Ball spills out the back for him, and he can go for goals. And he has. Wow, what a goal. Now the Cats are starting to kick truly. Up by 2. Goals, that is. Yes, that's a beautiful kick. Tommy Papley-esque from last week. Well, it was just a kick long to a contest and close. Was the one that just simply stayed at the back whilst we overcommitted a bit. There was a 3-on-2 there, so Blakey probably had to get to that contest. Yeah, very good finish. Well, need a bit of response here from the midfield. Feels like we're starting to get a bit too convincingly around the ball. Marty in the ruck alongside 𝐓𝐿𝐿 𝐎𝐥𝐝. That's a good tackle from 𝐓𝐿𝐿 𝐎𝐥𝐝. So 5 goals, 2 plays, 6 goals, 8. Momentum's against us here. Let's hope we can just try and stem the flow here. 𝐴𝐵𝐵 now shifts the hands. 𝐵𝐿𝐴𝐵𝐵 couldn't quite get on the end of that one. Bailey Smith now just flicks it over his head. 𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐵 hunts in well. Back here to 𝐵𝐿𝐴𝐵𝐵. Edwards, bit of a fumble. Just absorbs contact. Go around, hand pass. 𝐼𝐵𝐵𝐵 on the pump. Geez, great pressure here from both sides. 𝐵𝐿𝐴𝐵𝐵. All right, well, geez, somehow he broke free. And that's a really good kick. He's really started this game well, Riley 𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵. Kerner up the ground. Need a good kick here. And it looks good. Okay, long switches on here for 𝐼𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐵. Going to go deep here. Inside 50, row bottom, an unusual target. And he almost marked Stewart. Probably should have marked the ball. Chad now needs to tackle well. That could be ball. Nah, didn't have pride. That's a fair call. Better tackling. 450 stoppage here. Yeah, a bit unlucky there, Chad, but I didn't really think Guthrie had pride. He was spun around, but I suppose sometimes they're called, sometimes not. Papley, good tackle. Impossible. McDonald and 𝐓𝐿𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐵 in the ruck. Toe poke forward. Dangerfield leg driving his way through. Holmes and now on the out of the Cats really work hard here. This is where they've been great the last few weeks. How about this? Absolutely torching us here with this hand passing game. Oh, does that work for Henry? It bubbles forward. Players slip over. 𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐵, Cleary. Geez, a bit of a let off there. They make a muck of it, the Cats. And now back the other way. Can we try and make them pay? 𝐼𝐵𝐵𝐵. Thanks for subscribing, editing. Appreciate it, mate. McDonald to 𝐼𝐵𝐵𝐵. Half forward. Chad. Good tap into space for Curnow. Goes to ground probably a bit too easily. O'Connor. To Humphreys. Back here to 𝐓𝐿𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐵 on his non-preferred. Loves kicking on his non-preferred, of course, 𝐓𝐿𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐵. Back in the corridor. Works to Neil. How about that for a kick? And now Holmes eagerly waiting for the handball receive. Blake on the chase. Holmes pins the ears. Kicks into the space here. Does it sit here for 𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐵, the Irishman? Gets the gather. McCartan, a crunching tackle. Well done, T-Mac. Brilliant. Good passage of play here. Well, as we've been saying, the tip of videos that the running power of this Cats, it's been good. How about that? Atkins now around the corner. Does it bend back? Oh, what a goal. Few in a row here for the Cats. Now out up by 18. Now they're outworking us here. Good goal from Atkins. Well, it seems we're a bit fatigued from that passage of play there, running back, and yeah, we give up the goal there. Yeah, McDonald wasn't even in the ruck, so there you go. Already losing advantage right away there, and it's an easy tap to Atkins around the corner. Good goal. Oh, jeez. Getting torched here a bit. 4 goals, 4 plays, 1 goal. And we kicked the first of the second term as well. Need to try and get a response here. 8-3 in the clearances as the second term as 𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐵 gets the gather nicely. Just gets the kick away. Bit of a nothing kick though. And they work it out of the middle a bit too easily there, Geelong. But it's a bad kick from Dangerfield. Somehow Myers marks the ball even though it was not 15. That's probably going to be a holding free. No, nothing given. That's lucky. Okay, we're out the front here. Here we go. 𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐵 can shift the hands. All right, we've got options in the middle. Chad slipped over. Bad hand pass there for 𝐿𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐵. Jeez, the wheeze. What on earth are these disposals at the minute? This second quarter, making a muck of it. Now back the other way, Geelong go. Spool from McCartan. But they have the numbers at ground level. The Cats here again. Ball inside 50. Mills pushed out a bit too easily. Henry can now centre the kick for Dempsey. Well done, 𝐼𝐵𝐵𝐵. Punches it into a space where the ball is to be won. Roses. That'll do. Ball in. Oh, jeez. It feels like they're just in the right spot, the right time, the Cats. Ground level, they have numbers. We work it forward. They just seem to be really well set up and outworking us here. Blitz halves now to Atkins, and yeah, the clearances are becoming a real concern. Henry almost, now his brother, that should be on the ball. No, wait, you got the hand pass out. Edwards tackled well, stripped. Dangerfield out here. Well, they work it well. Now Dempsey, no, it's going to full shot. Mills. Well, now kicking to Hanley. Well done, okay. Now, can we shift the hands? A few of the VFL players getting involved. Cleary, Rowbottom working hard. I think he's been okay, Rowie. Now Wicks, just a jam on the shoe. We need to win a contest up the ground here. Roses, good tap. Papley, can he get the rove? No. Arm chop free. Jeez, the pace of this game. I'm getting a bit dizzy. Now back the other way. Henry flies. Grand level here. McCartan. Dispossessed. Edwards. I think we're getting beat at our own game here a bit as well. The Cats' speed is really hurting us at the minute. Should be ball. Well done. All right. Free kick here in the back 50. Well, we just need to settle here. Really getting outworked, but let's hope it's just a momentum thing from Geelong. We can sort of work our way back into this game. But that's just really a copium statement because Geelong are really looking sharp here. Hopefully Rose is okay. Looks like he hurt his ankle, but seems to be okay, I think. McCartan. Back here to Bice. Now to Sarong. Right, should contest here. Nicely done, Kerner. Up the ground. Now here to Sheldrick. Can we get some clean ball movement here? That's really been a lacking thing in this second term. No, we don't. Bad kick. We're out the front there. Got to make better use of that. Call just the intercept mark. Now O'Connor out across here to Jeremy Cameron. And over the top he goes to Holmes. McCartan in a good spot. Can't quite take the mark. Mills spin move, extracts it out. Melican shifts it out here to Lloyd. Oh, jeez, bloody Curry's buffering in the minute. All right, ball in centre wing. I didn't even see what happened. I think Chad was taken over. Oh, yeah, I think that Geelong's pressure's been really good. We're almost looking a bit rudderless moving the ball, just going through what the opposition takes us, and it's not really coming off. Then we need to just try and start winning some of these clearances up here handy. Now we go through Sheldrick. Wobbles it forward. Grundy forward to the ball here, but no one able to win a contest there as the Cats well set up behind the ball. Jeremy Cameron now takes a bounce. Kicks towards the wing to a one-on-one. Edwards. Yeah, he's going to win the free. Well done. He had front position there too. He almost took the mark with the one paw. That's not ideal. Rose is off the ground with a bit of an ankle concern. Hopefully he's okay. Edwards long down the line here. No, bad kick really. Cameron dropped it a bit too short for Grundy there. Dempsey now. Cameron. Back the other way. Oh, geez, Henry got up there. I don't think he touched the ball, but maybe he did. Bice drops it short here. McInerney, fundamentals. Got to get that half volley. Turnover again. Humphreys now back inside 50. Sarong, really well done. That's a really good mark. I think the ball fell into his favour, though. It was a kick towards his advantage, but he was able to push out Dangerfield well there. Well, a few nice defensive moments here, but again, just the cohesion, moving the ball. It's not really there this second term. And a free given away here. So another forward half turnover. Back inside 50 to Dangerfield. There you go. Well, Sarong gets one win. Dangerfield gets another. That's a good mark. So he can make it another unanswered goal here for Geelong. Get this out to 24 points. Dangerfield around the corner. No, pulls it short. So 19 points the margin. And Farage Geelong's been a really good second term from them. They've completely outplayed us. Oh, jeez. I think we need to just try and junk a goal before half time. That would be handy, but yeah, it's really looking pretty ordinary. And sure takes a ripper of an intercept mark. So yeah, they're now starting to get the intercept mark game going, and you know the forward half intercepts are absolutely dominating too. So back inside 50 they go. Out the back here by 𝐓𝐴. Toe pokes at the wrong side, the post. Jeez, that's very fortunate. 7 goals, 10 plays, 5 goals, 2. It's a 20-point margin. 3:36 till the main break. Yeah, there you go. 2-9 inside 50s. Umpire's ball. We might as well watch a bit of the Eagles and Pies game during the main break. Looks like that's a bit of a close game, so take it, I suppose. Tom and forward half, yeah, there you go, 72%. Manor, a good tackle. By Lloyd, I should say. Heaney now just works it forward, but it's out the full. Bit of a shallow entry here. Milliken with the spoil. Oh, geez, he goes through McInerney's legs. Bad kick, though. Mills intercepts. All right, let's just try and get something here going from the back half, but it's been very difficult. Obviously, Geelong are defending really well, but yeah, nothing really working for us. Heaney now. It's just a bad kick. Really railed nicely from Guthrie. Left his man. All too easy. Way too easy as Myers goals. Absolutely options galore for the Cats there off that hand pass from Guthrie, and they kick another. So 25 points. It's not looking great. Getting completely outplayed this second term. Well, it's now turning into just don't concede another until half-time. I think that would be a bit of a mini win, I suppose, but it's not really looking great. It's quite similar to the Hawthorn game where I just think these long kicks down the line, we're not really getting much good service at the minute. It feels like we're getting a bit beat too easily in the air when the ball hits ground level. They're mopping up well, and yeah, no, it's looking pretty grim in the minute. Let's hope we can bounce back. So 8 goals, 10 plays, 5 goals, 2. 𝐓𝐴 warning here against Geelong. Heaney now. That's just unlike Isaac there. A fumble, and now the Cats out the front again. Absolutely making us pay as Martins pulls the kick. Not quite getting there to Neil. And that's just not us. Like some of these fumbles, he's looking a bit off today, Heaney. And it's infectious. 22-4 inside 50s this second term. It's an absolutely one-way traffic. And now it's going to be a free to Grundy. Neil blocked him out from competing in the ruck contest there. So 2:10 to play here. The margin's 26 points. Wicks now. Out of the 50. 𝐚𝐿, really good grab. Well, 2 minutes to go. Yeah, well, there we go. Cue the Bronx cheers. We've won a contest up the ground, but still about 200 metres to goal. So no fuss again, just long down the line. Marty out-positioned here. Good gather from Lloyd. Now back inside 50, but it's an outnumbered contest, and Rowbottom lost his footing. Yeah, it's an interesting kick, though. I mean, why are we kicking long to a one-on-one with Rowbottom and Stewart? Oh, geez, that's a lazy kick from Cameron out the full. Okay, well, forward half turnover our way. Let's see what we can do. We've rarely seen the ball go inside 50. This second quarter. McCart now, long kick inside 50. Grundy's a target. Good spoil from 𝐷𝐿. Oh, a bit of a fumble there from, I think that was Blitzarves, but they mop up well again here, Geelong. Jack Martin, Chad, Bad tackle effort there. That has to be better. And now they just flick it into space here. Are they out here? Geelong, Bailey Smith, a really good gather, and looks like they are. Now, the kick over the top. Looks good for Mana. Does it sit for him? 𝐓𝐴𝐶𝐞 does okay. Well done. It's actually going to be a lasso free, so we'll take that. Minute to go here. Oh, a bit too wide. No, it's actually punched out. All right, ball in centre wing. Yeah, no, a bit too many passengers here. Taj. And yeah, we're really getting outworked as well, Mitch. Like, not really much flow and fluidity, I guess, with the ball moving. It's really looked all over the shop. Grundy wins the hit out. 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐴. Well, stands up in the tackle, but another turnover. That's going to be high. We just can't really do much right this second quarter. Misplaced hand passes. I don't think we're really absorbing their pressure well. Because some of our disposal in and under has been terrible. We're basically, too many times we've been hand passing it right back to a 𝐓𝐡𝐞 player. 30 seconds to go here. I mean, maybe not concede another. That'd be nice. 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐴, that's a good mark. All right. Long switches on. Well, 20 seconds. Do we have anything? 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴 looks like he just wants to slow things down. All right, 50. Okay. 18 seconds. Clock actually will stop here, so we will get one last opportunity inside 50. Although that's been a rarity this second term. Gussie now. No fuss. Let's get a grab. Guess who? 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐴. Okay. Chance to make it 20 points at the main break then. Well, this would be almost an injustice given we've been absolutely dominated this second term. Let's see if 𝐓𝐡𝐞 can go back and up his confidence a bit. Well, what has been a quarter dominated by Geelong, winning the inside 50s convincingly. Well, here's a chance for 𝐓𝐡𝐞 to get this game back to 20 points at the main break. 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐴. This would certainly be a bit against the grain. But usually he's a man for the moment. And that's an important goal on the stroke of half-time. Well, geez, I'll take that. We'll take that, given that was an absolutely masterclass quarter from Geelong. But it's only 20 points. It's really that range where Geelong could keep kicking and it's game over halfway through the third. Or, maybe we kick a goal or two and the game's open up again. But I suppose it could be much worse. Really how that quarter turned out from Geelong, it felt like a sort of game over territories because they really outplayed us. Well, there's 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐴 having a chat to the troops. He's not happy. But yeah, disappointing how easily we fell out of the grasp of that game. Bad turnovers. Don't think we resolved their pressure well. The ball movement really bad. But I also think as well, when we go along down the line, just not enough contest wins, getting beat in the air a bit too easily. A few misplaced tackles here or there. Whilst the Cats have looked cleaner, they've looked tougher, they're outworking us. Some of their forward runnings absolutely burnt us to a crisp. But look, we're hanging in there, I suppose. It's 20 points, so it could be a lot worse. Anyways, half-time. 8 goals, 10, play 6 goals, 2. Jeez, pretty fortunate this is the margin. Could be, again, a lot worse, but it is what it is. I might as well flick on the other game. 26-22. Oh, wow. West Coast can hit the lead here. Oh, West Coast in front. Okay, Harvey Johnston. I'll have a look at the stats for quarter time. I thought the second term. Sorry, I thought the midfield got beat a bit too easily. Sometimes we're able to win at the source nicely, get first possession, but it'll just be a bad hand pass. And the Cats are not wasting much opportunity when they get the ball from the inside to outside. They're gone. They're absolutely really burning us through their leg drive. And yeah, no, we've struggled to keep up with the pace of their game. I feel 39-20 inside 50 is not ideal. 20-18 clearances. So yeah, we're sort of halving that. Contested ball not really in our favour either. I think a lot of these would also be those kick longs to contests where they're getting the ball out. So 89-64 in the contested ball. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, not really looking like we're showing much control in the game. We're sort of just playing into the Cats' hands. Look at some of the play stats for the main break. So from Geelong's point of view, Holmes is having a very good half of football, definitely showing his pace here. We are tagging Smith. Yeah, like 8 disposals, that's handy, but that's the tricky thing. Holmes is also having an influential game because we're not tagging him. Obviously, Jordan, now pretty much tagging Bailey Smith. Ollie Henry, Jeremy Cameron, having a very good game. I'm sorry. Dacos is just goal, Collingwood in front. Cameron with 30 disposals, getting up the ground. He's got 2 goals. Dangerfield having a powerful performance. Manor with 10 disposals. He's been pretty influential, but yeah, it just feels like we're getting simply outplayed across all lines. They've been defending well. They're moving the ball better than us. They're running harder. And we've just looked really, really rudderless moving the balls. So see what happens. But look, it's a good test. I think our footy hasn't really stacked up as the best in the league the last couple of weeks. So it is what it is. This is the reality. You can't win every week. So if we go down this week, it is to be. Oliver Dempsey has been okay. I think it's been an interesting battle between him and Sarong. I think Sarong's doing really well. He's probably been one of our better players. 13 touches. He's had some nice intercept moments. McCartan been pretty important back there. McInerney, there's a bit of an ugly game, to be honest, from McInerney's. A few fumbles here and there, misplaced hand passes. That's what's really got to eaten up. Like, again, I think we're showing at times we can get first possession well, but just flick a bad hand pass here or there and absolutely burn us to a crisp off the turnover. I think Rowbottom's competing well, but what I'm not really liking is while we're kicking to him as a one-on-one inside 50, it's not really an ideal target because obviously you're most likely going to get outbeat by Stewart, but he's not really having that much of an influential performance, Stewart. So I think he's doing an okay job. Need a lift from Chad. He spent quite a bit of time forward. That quarter with 6 disposals for the game. Again, as we said, McDonald should have 2 contested marks, but if it wasn't for our teammates' incompetence, he would have them, but he's given away frees. Half-time quiz, no cheating. Which Swans players at the most career weeks on the sidelines? Diesel, Williams, Plugger. I can really go all of them. I might be wrong, but didn't Tony Lockett have like a massive suspension? I might be wrong. I'll just go Barry Hall, even though I feel like it could be one of those two, because it's one of those ones where you probably think it's Barry Hall, but it might be one of those true questions. Otherwise, Pupley's been quiet. A few of the smalls been quiet, like Hanley. Yeah, 3 disposals. I think cutting him out there would be pretty handy, because look, he was pretty good defensively last week against Collingwood, and a few of these smalls, close to throwing some moments. They haven't been massively influential, but I still think for a bit of stability back there, he'd be pretty important, Cunningham. But it is what it is. What I'm not minding this year is we're really Cox is really adamant on trying to rotate the squad and get many inclusions, not try and hurt the continuity too much. But as they say, it doesn't really take your 22 to win a flag. It takes a bit more than that. So Cunningham is getting on. To be fair, what is he, 32, 33 this year? Anyway, we've got a game on here. The other one, West Coast in the lead, so they're standing up. Obviously, hostile crowd against their favour. Anyways, lads, going to go take a whiz. Don't forget, well, Reaper, mate. I'll go take a whiz and do the halftime footy grid, of course. So, hang tight. I'll be back in a sec. Right, I'm back, lads. There's, Smith. Thanks for the donation, my friend. Oh, it's Diesel. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I felt like could have been one of them too. Because Barry All seems like the ideal one. But it isn't to be. Anyways, we're, oh, jeez, what a play from Murdoch. He's a good young play for the Eagles, Milan Murdoch. Beveridge. Oh, wait, sorry, I'm not even at the live point. Let's see if we... No, he's missed. Jump to live. There we go. So, yeah, just joined us half-time. Cats looking really good. They should be up by more. They completely outplayed us that second term. They shut down our ball movement. Their pressure very good. And, yeah, we just really don't have many avenues to go. We look pretty lost moving the ball. So, let's see what happens. I think we need to try and up the pressure a bit. Yeah, that first quarter was pretty good from us. We showed some running power and we really got on our bikes. And I think a big thing as well, we're just not looking clean with our disposal in tight. That's probably been one of the big issues where the Cats have really hurt us. Oh, geez, almost. 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿 misses. So 4 points in favour of the Pies. 4:44 to go in that game. All right, well, let's now flick on a footy grid. I'm assuming it probably is Pendlebury related today because of the broken games record. Taking a while for it to load. Young Sheldon. Haven't really watched that show in the past. Not really much for TV, lad, but we could talk all day about The Simpsons. Love that. Okay, no, it's a Western Bulldogs theme one. Oh, that's interesting. You'd think it'd be Penrith given it's it's today, but fair enough. Okay. So yeah, Bulldogs theme one. Dale Morris teammate. 200 plus games played. One club player. Oh, and Dale Morris play. There's always this guy. Or is he Andrew Hooper? This is a guy that debuted in the 2010 semi-final against the Swans. So he's always a pretty handy one. There you go. Watch Pendles. Am I watching Pendles? Yeah, no, I got it in the background. I have to check Pendlebury's numbers at half-time. Is he having a good game? But hey, a bit of a contest. So I suppose that's something. Favourite Simpsons character? Well, that's a tough one. I mean, you can't go wrong Homer. I mean, I do love Mr. Burns. Like, I just love his, some of his dialogue and his antics. Ed Allen. Snag. Beautiful. Thought it was decent against the Swannies last week, Ed Allen. Obviously drafted as that big body mid. All right, so good start. Got a nice purple. Dogs and 200 plus games played. Who could we go with here? I think Jake Stringer would have played 200 by now. Yeah, 1%. That's actually, I thought he'd be a bit higher than that. Dogs and one club player. We'll go... who's sort of like a... Mitch Honeychurch. Not a bad one. 0.4. All Australian 200 plus games played. David 𝐴𝐴 always a good one for all Australians. Made it once. Get the unique. Beautiful. It's good grid at the minute. All Australian Dale Morris team. And I don't even know what year Dale Morris made the All Australian, but well, it doesn't really matter. 2005 to 2019. And a Dale Morris teammate, so. I suppose, what, Brian Lake? Yeah, 4%. All Australian and a one club player. We'll go 𝐼𝐴𝐥𝐝 𝐿𝐿. I think he made it once. I think it was 2013. Where's 𝐼𝐴𝐥𝐝 𝐿𝐿? 𝐼𝐴𝐥𝐝 𝐿𝐿, there we go. 0.4. So 2 minutes until the main break. And of course, Houston's in game 200 as well. I feel sorry for him because 200 games, obviously quite a milestone, but it's not even recognised as what it should be. Obviously overshadowed with Pendlebury. Anyway, 16 grand final player. ⅕ grand final go, 200 plus games played. Go Jake Lloyd. Anyway, miss there from Josh Dacos. Dale Morris teammates and 16 grand final player. Well, you just pick a Dogs player really that played on the day. Tory Dixon. I mean, you just pick someone really. 16 grand final, one club player. Xavier Richards played, I think. 5%. Jeez, I thought it'd be lower than that. Not a bad grid. We got a unique, so that's handy. Take it. Pretty decent. Now, I don't know why it was a 16 grand final theme one today, because usually they base it off the matchups. Like if this was a few weeks ago when we played the Dogs, it makes sense. Yeah, May 23rd, so there you go. Johnny, good to see you in the stream once again, my friend. Hopefully going well. Would you get worried that the Swans went too hard early if they lose tonight? Also counting that they barely came out on top of the Pies, as said you last week. Yeah, who knows, mate. I think the bottom line is it wouldn't really surprise me if we got outplayed a bit today. Like the Cats have been in really good form whilst we've just sort of. I mean, it's a credit to us. We've been able to find ways to win and we've responded to challenges in game. But it's pretty evident. Like we haven't really played damaging, consistent four-quarter football. We've left the door open for opponents. I think our midfield's been pretty volatile last few weeks, and there you go. Second quarter probably well beaten. So, look, one thing I am liking is I said it earlier. We're seeming to rotate the squad a bit this year, and I think for the most part, it feels like we're maturing as a side, age profile wise. And again, like we've had some moments throughout games this season where we probably concede a few in a row and drop our bundle, but we've held firm. So, look, every team in the comp this year has had a bad day. I think we're almost an exception. I can't really think of a bad day from us. We've only had the one loss, and that was when we didn't have 𝐴𝐴𝐥𝐝. But if it's today, it is what it is. And it might, if we lose today, it just might be one of those ones where it's a bit of a back to the drawing board. Every team has some form slumps. So, and again, like I definitely take it the start we've had. Like I think we've been pretty fortunate playing sides with a few out, like Brisbane and even GWS. So even Gold Coast too. So take the start of the season though. Anyway, half time in this one. Collingwood by 10 points, so it's looking like a bit of a contest. All right, how long until the third term in the other game? 56 seconds. Oh, perfect timing. Well, how about that? Second quarter ends here, and then we're good to go on the other game. Well, let's see if we can have a good third quarter. Let's see what Cox has to say. There you go. Coxie not happy with the shape around the contest, and I think that's yeah, that's pretty true, to be honest. It felt like at times where, you know, the Cats would, it felt like they'd have more numbers and well set up around the ball better than us, and they're able to outwork us, and away they went. And let's see how we go this third quarter. Down by 20, but geez, it feels like we could be down by more. And we're giving away free here. 𝐓𝐴 again. He's had a bit of a dirty afternoon with some of his disposal. You know, he's given away free there. Now, it's a bit of a shallow entry of that. It's not a great kick. McCartney intercept mark. Damn, hopefully going well, mate. And 𝐓𝐡𝐞, thanks for subscribing, my friend. 𝐓𝐶𝐞. That's weird. Someone named 𝐓𝐶𝐞 subscribing, and this chap here is saying 𝐓𝐶𝐞. You've got such similar names. Oh, geez, right through Dempsey's mitts. He drops that one to 𝐶𝐞 at ground level. I've got to hunt this grand ball. That's better. Good tackle. Got to really try and tune out some of these turnovers. That really killed us, obviously. A few direct misplaced hand passes to them. Dempsey. Heaney, good tackle on O'Connor. Very good matchup last year. O'Connor had the chocolates over Heaney in that game late last year. Oh, that -30 in the contested ball. What is it with Geelong against us? We always seem at times to get fucking belted around the ball against them. Oh, geez, the shades of the 22 GF, I tell you. Good mark from Wicks. In the hole. Sus title. Jesus, I'm not sure what you mean. So is that I don't even know what sus title is. Is that some saying? Deep inside 50. Who can fly? Oh, on the board. It wasn't, yeah. Jordan Lewis probably makes a good point of fair. Just wasn't really a great kick. Bradley Smith now to the 50. Martin can't hold. Yeah, arm chop there. Arrived a bit too late, so marking infringement free. Off we go, 𝐴𝐵. Yeah, no, very, very fortunate. Geelong didn't bring their shooting boots for the most part of that second term. Bradley Smith now. Well, it does sit up well inside 50. McCartney, that's a really good bump. All in. A few oohs and ahs from the crowd there. Well, the task is in front of us. It's 19 points. I think try and jag the first goal. That'd be pretty handy. It's a forward 50 stoppage here for the Cats, though. Neil hits it right down to Mills. Yeah, there you go. Bad hand pass again. Anyway, he's not able to get his shot and goal there. Mana didn't have the distance. Play on. Jeez. Fucking hell. He's dropping back from the mark. Anyway, 𝐴𝐵, kick to the wing. It's on here for 𝐼𝐶𝐰𝗙. I'm liking his game, as I said, at half time. Now hands it to Mills. Here we go. Bit of flow. Kick down the line. Got to go here, Logs. Good sport from Stewart. All right, manhandled. It's the free. All right, another inside 50 here. Let's make good use. McDonald to the pocket, to a lead. Oh, just couldn't get there. Jumped a bit too early. All right, mate, hopefully going well. It's ball in it. Now hand passes galore to Holmes, and finds the switch here for O'Sullivan. Guthrie now wants to try and chew off the corridor they've got. Yeah, see, they just had Cameron there lagging on his own, and now he's out of position here a bit, Edwards, but it's a good defensive act. Probably a bit of a bad kick from Martin. Edwards just knocked this through. He loses footing whilst Cameron keeps his. They get the offloading hand pass to the outer number of Martin. He bounces it. Ball to be won here. Neil over the top to Smith. Oh, bit of a misplaced hand pass. Holmes crushing through. Good tackle from Chad. He still gets the hand pass away. Martin now around the corner. Does it look good? Oh, bends back. That's a good finish. Geelong with the first. Oh, damn. I mean, that's... we just have to force a stoppage there. We can't afford these offloading hand passes. just unable to stick the tackles there. That's a shame. That's a disappointing goal to give away. It's a great goal from Martin, but geez, I mean, a few numbers around that. Holmes gets it out. It looked like a good enough tackle from Chard, but yeah, Holmes did well to get the offloading hand pass away, but we just have to force the ball up there. That's not ideal. Would have liked to try and get the first, but we'll see what happens. See if we can get a response here. What the bloody hell? Fucking there. I tell you, these plastic mats you get for your chairs are absolutely... they wear and tear and they get bloody cracks. They're fucking... Jeez. Just trying to bloody settle. Alright, anyways, umpire's ball. I mean, I suppose it's a home field advantage, 𝐓𝐶𝐰, mate. Very hard to win in this venue. I mean, we're usually, history-wise, we play okay footy here, but yeah, I think we're just simply getting outplayed a bit here. Matter now back in board here to Bailey Smith. One on from Johns, gets a hand in there. Let's now force a turnover. Blakey just thumps it forward. I mean, we had numbers there to support, but okay. Papley now dives on it, needs to get rid of it. All right, well done, does McDonald. Good tap to Chad. Pins the ears. Deep kick. Rush of blood there from Chad. He had some options. Oh, put me off the goal well, my friends. Yeah, no, it's looking like a bit of a reality check at the minute, getting outplayed. But look, see what happens. You know, this side's been able to have some big quarters here and there. Good head out from Grundy to Heaney. Oh, he just couldn't get the gather. 𝐴𝐥𝐿 just gets the kick away and he finds Dempsey. Damn. It looked like a beautiful head out there from Isaac. Just couldn't get the gather. And we said it earlier, it feels like Heaney's just, you know, I feel he's been a bit fumbly here and there. All right, free here. Nick Blakey's way. Lewis Melican out across to the man. Tommy Annerley, been quiet today. Yeah, it's not really a... I mean, I suppose we'll take it. Forward 50 stoppage. Yeah, it feels like we're getting a bit of a taste of our own medicine in Pommy. Like the speed and the run and gun from their point of view has been really good. They're absolutely hurting us from inside to out. So, yeah, it feels like the last few weeks the midfield's been pretty volatile and I think at the source it's been a bit disappointing, you know, belted around the ball minus 30 contested possessions at half time. And these are just the examples, like the Cats flicking the hand passes and really getting their runners going, whilst we're just a bit off the boil. All right, that's a lucky fortuitous kick there from Mana as we get the last disposal free. Yeah, I suppose, 𝐓𝐶𝐰, mate. I think, you know, as long as we keep our head above the water, we know that we should be a team competing, you know, at the pointy end. If we outplay today, you know, it's still early days, I suppose. And that's a good tackle on 𝐴𝐿. He should be ball spun around. Oh, geez, that's unlucky. Again, like he didn't have pride, but, you know, when you spun around, it sort of becomes a bit of that 50-50 one. But that's why we need more of tackling like that. Brilliant. Yeah, it feels like the misplaced tackles have crept in a bit. Holmes now in the corridor. He finds Grindmires, and he can give it back to Maxi Holmes here. That's just where he's been so good today, Holmes. The handball receives. Edwards stands up in the contest well, but they've got the numbers. O'Sullivan, a rare goal. Bang. Oh, geez, they have the numbers at ground level almost every time, the Cats. They kick another. And now it's over 30 points, and I think looks like he's got his first goal in footy. Yeah, we really rated Connor O'Sullivan in his draft year. He was one that... apparently there were rumours that we were going to try up to get him. I mean, you can see why. He's a bloody good player. I mean, I wish Jordan went to Holmes. I mean, I'm not the coach, but he's having a pretty influential performance. Bit of a torpedo. It's a good good row from O'Sullivan. I mean, like, how are we allowing that? Allowing a key defender at ground level to get the mop up. I mean, I thought Edwards did well there to hold tall in the contest, but just no one at ground level. Well, it's now 31 points, and, well, just got to try and get a goal back here and keep a head above the water. 𝐼𝐚𝐭𝐞𝐬. Yeah, geez, I mean, it's just been ugly. It's been ugly. It's been a bit of a mauling. Dangerfield, oh, how about this? He can go for goals here, or he could set it up into space for Jack Martin. Takes the grab. Oh, geez, it's not looking good. Well, Jack Martin can tack on another here for Geelong. Now to get this just a strike under 40 points. See if it can convert. It's going to go across the face. On a score. Suffice to bring it back in the play. Good first turn, Riley Bice, but yeah, geez, it feels like we've simply got too many passengers this afternoon. Just gets the kick now to 𝐓𝐡𝐞. Kick down the line, looks good. Jake Lloyd. Corridor's on here, sets up nicely. Okay, here we go. Some nice movement from the back half. Can we get the runners going? 𝐼𝐚𝐭𝐞𝐬. All right, option in the pocket, Papley. Nah, kick smothered. Oh, just really can't do much right today. Humphreys now to the 50, and there you go, Cats. That's where they've been good. Off the counter punch. There you go, they've got Edwards in a bit of space. Well done from Bice, leaves his man, but the tap was clever from Mize. Smith taps it into his advantage. Good hands here to Brad Close. He goes over the top. Oh, they're just absolutely outplaying us. Martin can go, not Martin, excuse me. Jack Henry can go back and goal. Oh, it's getting bad to worse now. Getting absolutely bad to worse. Oh, man, I mean, the kick from 𝐼𝐚𝐭𝐞𝐬's got to be better than that. I mean, it's almost a non-negotiable. You can't be kicking it and it's smothered. Another goal for Geelong. It's pretty much game over now. It felt like 20 points at half-time. It's either you keep your head above the water or it could just be blown out, and there you go. So it's another unanswered for Geelong. 38 points the margin, damn. Yeah, absolutely outplaying us. That tap was very clever. And, yeah, we just lost at sea there. Edwards out the back. He's, yeah, I think he's struggling a bit today. Edwards, he's done some okay things, but, I mean, he has his mates. Almost 20 more inside 50s as well. This was the issue last week against Collingwood. We just really couldn't get much field position. And it's shown again today. Not really standing up in the midfield. And, well, that's been the same again as his third term's rolled along. Head out now, Grundy, back to Sheldrick. Gets the centre clearance his way. All right, let's compete here. Shard now goes to ground. Lloyd, Rowbottom. Back here to Jordan. All right, there we go. That's better. Flicks over the top. Hanley works the Chad. All right, what can 𝐼𝐴𝐴 manufacture? Well, he cuts it okay in the corridor. Cleary could have marked the ball. He was a chance. And, well, that's just been a common theme all afternoon. The cuts out of the 50 have just been working out of there way too easily for our liking. Jack Martin now to Lawson Humphreys. Kick now down the line. Come on, Edwards. Team up with a good spoil. Tommy McCartan back the other way. Cleary fumble ball in. So, yeah, they've absolutely blown out this lead. 11 goals, 11 plays, 6 goals, 3. It's not looking good, but well, let's just try and get a response and maybe kick a few back our way. Grundy hit out into space. Bailey Smith knocked Cleary off the ball a bit too easily. That's a good, well, sort of half tackle there. Cleary. Hands usually can be better than that, and Chad a good tackle. Strong now, jams the kick forward. Oh, geez, that's a good mark from Tommy Hanley. Had a few up against him. Right, shifts the hands now to Riley Bice. Out across here to 𝐼𝐴𝐴𝐿. What can we find here? Looks good for Joel. It's a good spoil from O'Sullivan. And Lloyd tackles Brad close. So ball up here. So last minute or so has been a little bit better. Grundy smacks it forward. Is it an advantageous one? It sort of is to 𝐴𝐿𝐷𝐿, but he just can't quite get on the end of it. Ball in. Oh, not looking good. Not looking good whatsoever, but let's try and hang tight here, I suppose. Good tackle. Strong now, just a high kick up. Right, up you get, Chad. No, sorry, that's Cleary, excuse me. Amadi, don't do-hammy here, son. Does okay. Cleary, that's good hands. Hanley. Good man. All right, much needed snag. Well, I mean, I suppose it's nice to see Hanley back in the seniors. He had some decent games last year for us, but sort of that depth at best player. Again, I'm surprised. He was an inclusion this week. He's been a bit quiet, but that's nice. That should up his confidence. Well, needed a goal. Simple as that. Still quite a bit of a margin out of our favour, but it's been better these last few minutes. Feels like we've stabilised a bit around the ball. And good from Cleary there. Score assist his way. Yeah, 𝐼𝐶𝐞 been a bit of a concern. I mean, to be fair, 𝐼𝐶𝐞, none of our keys are really dominating, but 𝐼𝐶𝐞's been able to take a few important contested marks for us, so that's at least doing something. But yeah, I mean, obviously the player that he is, you'd like a lot more from him. He's been quiet. Yeah, so it's certainly more disappointing than good. Anyway, ball back in the middle here, but we have more problems than Charlie 𝐼𝐶𝐞 at the minute. We need a bit more collective team effort, but Grundy works his way forward. Rowbottom able to get the intercept. Shifts the hands out to Heaney. Now back the other way, inside 50. 2-on-2. Amadi. Samo gets it. All right, chance for 2 in a row. Well, there you go, starting winning the sauce a bit. Rowbottom with the intercept. Good offloading hand pass to Heaney, and well, not really much... Not really much fancy stuff there. Just a long bomb inside 50, and Amadi pushes out 𝐼𝐶𝐞 well. So Joel Amadi for his second goal. No, sorry, for his fourth goal. Fourth. Obviously, yeah, that's right. He kicked 3 in the first term. And he's goal. That's important. All right. 2 in a row. So, back under 30 points. Okay. Shit all over me floor. This is actually the old blue snowball mic stand. Just connect it like this. This was an important kid in 𝐼𝐶𝐞 history. This is the mic I used obviously before this thing. All right, well, a bit better. Just what we needed. Jeez, Baz had 13 touches his third term. There you go. He was well held, I thought, in the first half, but there you go. Edwards, a big punch forward. Was that? Yeah, no, it was Edwards. Mize offloads it out. And now Atkins back inside 50. Mills, Blakey under the pump here. That'll do. Umpire's ball. Could be ball. All right, yeah, no, pretty. I think from what we've seen throughout this game, that's probably a fair call. Good composed use out of the fence. 𝐼𝐶𝐞 now. Okay, just a bit of a nothing kick forward there from 𝐼𝐶𝐞. He's a bit better than that. McDonald, okay, holds him up okay. A Rowbottom, a good tackle here, Edwards. But yeah, that's where Geelong have been really good. They've been settled back there and shifting the hands nicely, mopping up as they now move this one towards the wing for Oisin Mullen. And you got to try and track back here. Guthrie with a handball receive. Back the over the way. Oh, geez, that's a risky hand pass to Smith, but he offloads it well. Mana back inside. Mullen, excuse me. Neil can fly. Dangerfield. He's swung forward a bit here. Guthrie, excuse me. Mopping up okay. Lloyd back the other way. Got to fly here. Melican, what's he doing for the ball? Lewis Melican. Go on, son. Atkins a bit ginger. Sarong. Across now to Blakey. Okay, that'll do. Rowbottom can't be dropping the ball there. Oh, geez, these fundamentals and skill errors a bit today have really hurt us. Geez, what a fly from Lewis. Took the ball at the highest point. Holding there. Now I've got to watch the advantage. They're off here. Max Holmes back inside 50. No, it's not going to be advantage. Oh, damn, actually, that would have been helpful because that was going right to Callum Mills. Well, they'll probably get a goal off this now. Damn. 15 in the quarter for Bailey Smith. Atkins a bit ginger from that contest. He's off on the pine. So no advantage there. Anyway, they will get the handball receive and go back the other way. And now they find the outnumber here of Humphreys. Can get a good look here inside 50. Deep to the square. Goes past a few. Strong at ground level. Mops it up okay. McInerney taken over. No, he was pressured there from Henry. I think that's an okay call. Fucking got an A-League notification. Jeez, A-League in 2026. Henry, too easy. Bailey Smith should go, and he does. Yeah, no, it just feels like in tight they've been a lot better than us this afternoon, the Cats. And Bailey Smith, what a quarter he's having. He gets a goal. Jeez, he's giving it to James Jordan as well. We had a pretty good half on him, but yeah, well, it's got to cop it. Another goal from a forward 50 stoppage against us, though. That's a shame. Frustrating, though, because we were out there through row bottom and then he just drops that bloody mark and we could have maybe gotten a goal back, but there you go. Tours 11, 8 goals 3. The kid could be down by a lot more. Well, Geelong get a good response there after Sydney kicking 2 in a row. Ball back in the middle here, but it's been a better last 5 minutes. More encouraging last 5 minutes from us. Grundy hits it out. Heaney probably holding there. Nothing given. Both players going on. Holmes read that hand pass from Grundy really well, and there you go. They're out running again. That's just where they're so good, Geelong. The inside to out. Burning us. Now Mize can hit a good spot with a kick. Beautiful kick. Brad Close can go back here. Make it 2 in a row. Oh, man. Yeah, Richmond next week. I mean, they're going to be coming off a good win, so you probably expect us to win it well, but who knows? Yeah, our midfield performance been really disappointing today for the most part. Well, Brad Close, he can add another here for Geelong. Plays on now, increases the angle, goes for goal, but it's across the face. Not a score it is. 12 goals, 12 plays, 8 goals, 3. It's a good kick now. Good work for Wicks. Got to go. Humphreys, really good win. And he'll keep the ball in play here. Back inside 50 they go. It's not a great kick. McCartan, though, just couldn't get there. Ball to be won. Henry over the top. Myers back here to Henry. Kick was smothered. T-Mac had a bit of time there. Didn't probably need to smack it forward. Like a composure there. Another turnover. They're just toying with us. These hand passes and flicks. Back inside 50. Henry can get it out the back. No, he misses his shoe. They tap it forward. McCartan, relentless pressure here from the Cats. Holmes around his corner. No, he's missed. On a score. Well, yeah, jeez, Blakey's kicking's quite ordinary. It works. Jordan, somehow, at the back. Okay, Cleary. All right, we might be able to make him pay here. McDonald, over the top. We're going to Papley against the key defender. Questionable decision-making, but Papley will keep it alive here. Well done, Paps. In between a few. Gives the hands. 𝐼𝐶 goals. Okay, goal back. Oh, jeez, we made hard work of that. Well, goal's a goal. We'll take it. What an absolute idiot Dwayne Russell is. What do you mean, mate? He's the GOAT. Gravy Company. Did he call the player the wrong name or something? Yeah, no, it's true, Moosey, but there you go. It's suppose it's restored away because Bailey Smith probably should have at least punched that back forward, but yeah, geez, it's been a pansy in the midfield. Like they can't swill to keep the ball alive, or we're just lagging behind them, and pressure's been great too. So it's been a real disappointing performance. But look, goal back, it's probably still game over though. But look, see what happens. Good afternoon, company lads. If you've just joined, looking like a good performance in the minute from Geelong. Row bottom, Atkins able to work it forward, but like just the offloading hand passes from Geelong today have just been too many. That's looked like a bit of a throw, but nothing given there. 𝐼𝐴 go to ground, well done. Gets the hands out, Edwards. Extracts it out here to Lloyd. Okay, we're done well there from inside to out. Lloyd now. Oh, yes, okay. Geez, that looked a bit iffy off the ball. That's going to be a free. Who to? Oh God, 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐷. Has he got the distance? Ah, come on, you got to back him in. Doesn't start the game. I mean, the thing is, I can't agree that he loves the game, Dwayne Russell. I think that's safe to be said. Like if we're talking about a Sunday afternoon late game in August, between two bottom four sides, bit of a meth blattle, he'll just keep on calling the game like it's a grand final. You got to love that. 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐷, can he go from outside 50? You can't across the face. That would have been a nice one to pinch. 9 goals 4, 12 goals 13. Stewart now out of the 50. Edwards leaving his man. Does well. But again, just knocked it down the ground and sort of lucky the boundary's our friend there because Guthrie could have just given the hands over the top and had a few numbers on the outer. Nine goals, 4, 12, 13. Jeez, absolute pasting. Grundy keeps working hard. That's a nice hit out for 𝐓𝐴𝐞. Running into some roadblocks. Row bottom now. Back inside 50 to a 2-2. Come on, Logs. He's got a good run at this. 𝐼𝐴𝐞. Almost. Logan Socket. Unable. Out the full. Yes, that was definitely on the full. All right. Oh, God. Pupley's going to have to go on his left here, so this might be a bit tricky. Jeez, well, what did I say last week? It's another 80% mark from 𝐼𝐴𝐞. He's just like, he almost takes the whole thing. He just quite can't. Oh, Pupley. See, might be a bit tricky. Left foot snap for the Paps for his first. Missed it. Oh, a few behinds in a row for us. Cuts now out of the 50. Oh, wow, what a mark from Edwards. Contested mark there. Holmes, there you go, bouncing off the half-back line again. He's been killing us this afternoon. To blitz arms, a bit fumbly, but he keeps the link in the chain going. Across to Cameron, got to force the turnover here. We've got numbers. Guthrie. Lloyd now. All right, we're getting the ball back. That's a bit of an iffy kick. 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐷 did well to bring it to ground. Out size there. Ball to be won. He extracts it forward, but it's not a great hand pass to 𝐼𝐴𝐞. Back here to Stewart. Back here to Jeremy Cameron. Patrolling the back line in the minute. Round the corner. 𝐼𝐴𝐞 in a good spot. Can't quite take the mark though. And the ball now trickles out here for Bailey Smith. What can he manufacture? Inside 50. A bit of an iffy kick. Ball to be won here. Blakey under the pump. He goes back now here to Tommy McCartan. Clears out of the 50. High ball up here. No, just nothing. Absolutely nothing. They had Edwards and 𝐼𝐴𝐞 both go up for that. Back inside 50, the Cats go. Henry flies, that should be unrealistic. But Grundy. Big Brody Grundy with the... oh, geez, he almost falls over. Now the intercept mark, well done. Cross now here to Callum Mills. Strong now back here to Mills. Now to the 50. Oh, geez, Cleary. Again, like... He does well, Cleary. He's outmatched there. All right, we're out here. Cleary gives it to McInerney. In a good spot here, Judds. Need a good kick here. Looks good for Logan. All right. Well, here's a chance to get this back to 20 points. And the margin was 20 points at half time. I mean, Christ, that was an unbelievable first 10 minutes from the Cats in the third quarter blitzing us. But all of a sudden, we can just restore it to at least back to what it was at half time if McDonald can go here. Around 90 seconds till three-quarter time. Need a goal here from Logan. I think he's done some okay things. Got the score assist early in the first term. Get this back to 20 points. Logan McDonald. A few misses in a row from us, so it'd be nice to cash in with a goal here. And his set shots, I think, for the most part this year have been better. Good stuff. All right, well, back 20. We're just hanging about here. We're hanging about. I mean, there's just so much we've done bad today, but, 20 points is 20 points. It's roughly 3 goals, so let's see what happens. We're playing with momentum this third quarter. Starting to get a bit of more flow in our game, and I think the midfield's somewhat, for the most part, improved. Good stuff there from Logs. Yeah, it's interesting, McDonald. You can look at his numbers and think he's underachieving and having a bit of a bad year, but I still think at times he's bobbed up and had some important moments. He's been in good goal-kicking form. You'd still probably want a bit more from him, but I think the most important thing is at least he's out there playing footy. Missed all last year with that ankle problem. Ball back in the middle. Tackles 64-28. How about that? Max Holmes gets the clearance here, and there you go. From inside out, the Cats away again. Holmes now. Nope. Unable to take that one. Bice holds up well. Lloyd now back the other way. Minute to go. Chad in a good spot. No! I don't care if we lose by 100. What a mark from Chad. No, jokes. I do care if we lose by 100. Fucking hell. Back inside 50. McDonald. Is he paid? Yeah. Oh, no. He dropped it last minute. Oh, man. That's a 90% mark, I'd say, from Logan. Oh, what a fly from Chad. Grundy hits it out. 𝐼𝙗𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐞 round the corner. Nah. Hits the bill of the ball. Damn. Oh, man. I thought McDonald would have marked. Now, let's see again. Oh, let's see this Chad moment again. Oh. Yeah, poor Atkins. Oh, what a fly. All right, 30 seconds to go here. Now, Cats hack it forward. All right, we're all set up here, but Henry competes well. 2-on-1, he does really well here, Henry. And he keeps the ball alive here. Jeez, look at Mills and 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐿 go. Pushed out, that's well done. Mills. Back the other way. Okay, 12 seconds might be on here. McInerney's got to get it and go. Gives it to Tommy McCartan. 7 seconds. Back inside 50. Who can fly? Tommy Stewart McDonald! Okay. Now then. Wow. Well, he's got a goal here, surely. Well, all of a sudden, to get this game to 14 points at three-quarter time. Jeez Louise. Poof, how this game's at everything. Logan McDonald. Can he do the job? Good man. All right. We're heading into the final term with a bit of bloody momentum. 14 points. Wow. It looked all but done halfway through the third where it got out to 38. But, this has been a theme for this side. We've been able to play some surge footy and keep our head above the water. And now it's 14 points. Jeez, we've played some shocking football today and getting outplayed for the most part. But the game's on. It's on. Right. Jesus Christ. So happening. What a fight from Chuddy Warner that was, eh? I tell you, could that be the moment that lifts us? Well, geez, this would be an absolute injustice if we find a way to pinch this. I mean, we've been getting convincingly outplayed, and it wouldn't shock me if we probably go back in our shell this final term. But hey, something to get up and about. Well, game on. Well, good fight back. I mean, in all seriousness, the game looked gone, but I think, a bit of betterness, a bit better around the ball. Contested possessions. Look, it was -30 at I think half time, so we ended up winning the quarter with the contested ball. So we won the contested footy for that quarter, so that goes to show something. Won the harder ball. And then, we're able to drive the ball a bit from the back half. So I'm hoping, as fatigue setting in, maybe if we can try and get a bit of a flow from the back half. But again, I think Geelong, their running power's been too good for us today. They've absolutely blitzed us at times through the likes of Holmes and etc. Yeah, Holmes, 28 disposals, having a game. Heaney becoming more of an influence, 20 on disposals. Stronger like in his game on the wing, 19 touches. And Bice, I think this has probably been one of his best games of his career so far. I think he's been excellent. Really good by foot, 26 touches. Callum Mills been pretty solid back there. Well, here we go. We're in a genuine position now to make something of this game, I suppose. I tell you, that absolute quarter of two tails. That first half of that third quarter was pretty despicable. I mean, smashed around the ball again, midfield not standing up, but we definitely were able to turn things around and win a few more contests and work the hands inside a lot better, not just coughing it up. And I think a big thing as well, we're just winning more contests in the air. That really helped. Kerno was able to get his mitts on it a few times, and McDonald, there you go, purple patch from him. He bobs up with 2 goals. Well, all of a sudden we've got a game on here. If you've just joined us, lads, it's 14 points in favour of Geelong. They've been the better side for really the majority of the afternoon. In fact, really all the afternoon, although we were winning at quarter time. We're just hanging about. Bailey Smith had 18 touches for the third term, though. Bloody hell. But I tell you, he was very good, but I just felt Holmes was probably more damaging. I'm not trying to discredit Bailey Smith, but I think Holmes has been the one that's killing us this afternoon. The handball receives and him blitzing his way through, he's really hurt us. I'll tell you, Mitch Edwards, fair play. I think he's having a really good crack on Grundy too. Grundy isn't really dominating, and Edwards has had some really nice moments against him, so fair play to him. Stewart, I think we've contained him pretty nicely. He hasn't really been much of an influence this game. Manners bobbing up here or there. We'll see what happens, I suppose. That's a really interesting number, though. Tackles 64 to 30 our way, but it still feels like at times we might be getting the tackle away, but the Cats still wheel the ball forward and get the offloading hand pass out and just try and keep the ball alive, whilst we haven't been able to go toe-to-toe with them in some of those contests, and they've been able to score off it a couple of times. But there you go. We up the pressure our way, 188 to 164. Well, could just be a bit of junk time crap, but the game's really on now, so it feels like we've played some nervy football throughout today, so hopefully this really gives us the confidence. I mean, Mills, what a kick into the corridor, really sets it up, back the other way. Outmarks 𝐓𝐿 too, that's a bloody good effort. Chad mark. I think they could maybe get mark of the round or something, I suppose. We'll have to see the other marks of the round and make up our mind. Well, here we go. We're in now a bit of a position to win this, but it just still feels like an injustice why this margin really should be down by more. But I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. This is now a winnable margin, even though we've been outplayed for the most part today. We'll see what happens, I suppose. Of course, tonight, Carlton versus Port should be a decent game. You'd think Port get up at home and no Wiedering for the Blues is a big out. Anyways, here we go. Crown up and about. Jesus, would be something if we could pinch this. Run away for the 4th term. Jordan against Smith. Lloyd tackles Atkins well there. I'm not sure who Jay is, Rory, mate, by the way. Is it Jay for Josh Wrong? Oh, you betcha. What a player. Clearing kick now from Mana. Suckered forward from 𝐼𝐿. Heaney over the top. Works it nicely to Lloyd. Now we go forward here. McDonald could fly again. Oh, almost. Back with a flight. He did well. That was courageous. Rowbottom keeps it alive. 𝐴𝐿𝐴 whacks it on the shoe. Just a bit of a nothing kick, but territory gain. 𝐼𝐗𝐿𝐴 could get on the end of this. He does. He's got a bit of space. Give the hands to Judd's got to watch out. Well done. Gives the hand pass. 𝐶𝐿𝐴 𝐿𝐴. He's got to bury that. Oh, he's got to bury that, Caden. He's obviously playing in a position today he's not familiar with. Well, he is familiar with in the seniors, but he's not a small forward. But he's just got to take his chances. Anyway, the game's stopped here. Oh, yeah, a bit of a head collision there between 𝐵𝐿𝐴 and 𝐸𝐿𝐴. Yeah, no, we've been pretty fortuitous. Cuts have been inaccurate, 𝐸𝐿𝐴. Smith now out of the 50. Martin can fly. Good sport from Mills. Having a good game. Well, we'll see what happens. You know, I felt last quarter of last week against the Pies, our contest work was excellent. So let's hope now with a bit of momentum fueled in us that we really get to work. And we do win the clearance. So we'll do no clear instead of getting it forward. Just absorb the tackle. Another ball up here. So now Collingwood up by a bit, 22 points. Grundy with a hit out. Whacked forward. 𝐶𝐿𝐴 ball to be won here. Good tackling effort. Well done. Just got the disposal away. KO's bloody buffering. Oh, bloody hell. I need to tell my mum to start pedalling fast on the bike to charge the in. And anyway, Holmes out and away again. Jeez, he has been good. Henry, oh, well done. McCann back with a fly. That is some sort of a spoil. Mills now can reset and switch the play. And across here to Jake Lloyd on the outer side. Lloyd now. He's got Chart on short, but he wants to go long instead towards the wing. 1 on 2. Yeah, Marty had to do a bit better there. Good mark from O'Sullivan. Corridor again, Max Holmes. Yeah, we just can't. Yeah, there you go. He has just been absolutely blitzing us, Max Holmes, all afternoon. We just... Oh, I mean, I'd like to have Jordan go onto him, but then you let Bailey Smith run free. So that's the tricky thing with this cut side. They've got two real hard-running players that can really blitz you. Well, Jeremy Cameron, this is definitely within his repertoire to kick this. This would be important for Geelong to just settle a bit and get the first of the final term. He's kicked 2. For his 3rd. Kicks on its way. Buddy-esque. What a goal. Bang. Cameron the first. Right from the boundary. Well, not ideal, but Sarah respond. So back out to 19 points. Yeah, but it's just like that. Like, why is no one on Holmes within 10 metres? Just for the easy mark and the kick inside 50. Yeah, man. Well, let's hope we just keep hanging in there, as we've been doing for the most part this afternoon. But, geez, it would have been nice if we could try and pitch the first that quarter. Anyway, Grundy, he keeps on willing his way forward. He whacks it forward. And we've got to bring that to ground, gents. Guthrie, good intercept mark. Drops it short now to Atkins. And now wide here to O'Connor. Now, towards the edge of 50. Contested players go up. 𝐵𝐿𝐴 to the 1-2 with Tommy McCartney. He's under the pump here, the Liz. Yeah, nah, bit too cute with the kick. Read off nicely from 𝐸𝐿𝐴. He can go back into the pocket to find Dangerfield. And he's marked. Well, he can add on another here for Geelong. It's going to be a tricky kick from the boundary, but again, he's also capable of some pretty miraculous goals from tough ranges. Well defended there from Geelong, guarding up the corridor. 𝐵𝐿𝐴 with the error there. Well, he's yet to kick a goal, Dangerfield. Let's see if he can snag this. Having a pretty decent game. And, wow, He's absolutely blitzed it. Well, oh, man, this is dagger stuff in the context of the game. We're up in this, eyeballs, and then bang, the cuts tack 2 from pretty crazy ranges. So, well, just like that, going back out to a bit of a margin. Well, come on. We've shown a bit of fight this game, so let's hope we can get back into this. It probably makes up for Geelong's misses, to be fair, so it's probably a bit of football justice in a way. Right, well, he's got his first of the afternoon. Right, well, ball back in the middle here. We've been able to win a few centre clearances. And we win another here through Grundy, but it's a bit of an ugly old kick. Lloyd just has to hold his ground. Dangerfield stands up well. Now back here to Guthrie, back to Dangerfield. Takes on a tackle, does get the hand pass away. And again, there's another offloading hand pass. The Cats will it forward. McCartan in a good spot here to make a contest of it. Edwards holds up well. Liking some of Edwards' moments today. Wicks jams it back on the shoe the other way, but it's a bad kick out in the full. So 25 points of margin. Cats kick 2 in a row to kick off this 4th term. Yeah, that's a shame. Papley and Rose is out for the game from our point of view. I think we've been okay with injuries this year, but yeah, we don't want to be in a position where it starts to pile up. And Jack Martin, he's pretty underrated over there. He takes a nice grab. Well, he's yeah, maybe capable here. We'll see. See if you can go here. Jack Martin kicks on its way. Not a bad effort, but it's across the face. 𝐼𝐗𝐿, 14 goals, 14 plays, 11 goals, 6. So, yeah, I mean, no, Papley and Rose is definitely hurting a bit with the flare up forward. Martin, good tackle from Chad. That's the last disposal free. Oh, maybe just a bit bumped out from both players there, so ball in instead. Grundy, good hands. Surely holding there. Yeah, no, it's a free. Bloody hell. I thought that wasn't paid for a sec. Clever from McInerney there, making just a nothing out of something out of nothing scenario there. Back now to Callum Mills. Oh, geez. Risky kick from McCartan, but he does well. He spalls it out into space. Edwards has got to go. Well, he does well. Good bump out there against Jeremy Cameron. How about that for strength? Tommy McCartan now back the other way. Row bottom. I think he's been okay this afternoon, playing a role. Good tackle. Ball. Yeah, well done. Really good tackle. Now, quick hands inboard. 𝐻𝐵𝐼𝐶 having a good afternoon. The kick just over Amati's head. Damn. But I'm liking 𝐻𝐵𝐼𝐶's game today. He's been really good. Welcome to the danger zone. What's with my guy? I mean, apart from the fly, a bit of the sugar rush, the mark he had, yeah. He has had a quiet afternoon. It's becoming a bit of a theme. Row bottom. I think he deserves a goal. Just couldn't get the kick away. Marty, quick kick. Lost his bearings. Wrong side of the posts. But it's just a bit of a hack kick there from Amati. He's got his back towards the goal. Oh, I gave a minus score to the wrong team. Miles now out of the 50. Good mark from Henry. Grundy just couldn't get there. He looked a bit slow going up for that marking contest, Brody. Now back here to O'Connor. Stewart now long down the line. Nice little push out there from Edwards. I like that. 𝐵𝐼𝐶 under the pump. Works it back the other way. Yeah, bad kick there. Stewart now off the turnover. Goes inboard here to grind Mize. Can they have a good kick inside 50 here in good hands? Just shorts it onto the wing to find Jeremy Cameron instead. Good kick. Good vision to 𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐸, picking us apart all a bit too easily. Oh, close, almost dropped it. Well, probably game over if he kicks this, to be honest. Well, it was a good fight back in the third term, but disappointing how this fourth term has eventuated from us. I think Cats have really been clinical, kicking some good snags. Look like some butlers today, I think. Second best for the most part, but hopefully some learnings come off this game, I suppose. And there's going to be a bit of fallout of this game for us too. How long are Roses and Pupley going to be out for? Anyway, break close. Can he goal here? Sure can. Now, looks like Cats should be home now. Still a bit of time to go in the game, and it's back over 5 goals now. Well, let's try not see this blowout. That would probably be a positive in this game, I suppose. Well, the other game's looking close somewhat. Collingwood only just the 11 points up against West Coast, so that looks like a bit of a contest. Yeah, tackles in our favour, Petra, but it feels like too often the Cats have been able to get the offloading hand pass out, and it really feels redundant when they're moving the ball a lot better than us for the most part of this game. Ball back in the middle, Marty to do the chop out work against Edwards. Edwards gets the hit out. Smith now works it forward. Martin, Blakey. Rowbottom. Back to Jordan, out across here to Jake Lloyd. Now he goes towards half forward. O'Sullivan, a good win there against Curnow, negating him there. Ball in just outside the forward 50. So 12 minutes to go there. Margin back out to 31. Yeah, really disappointing final term. Again, I'd like to have Pupley and Roses out there, but I think it's a bit more than that. It's just been outplayed for the most part this afternoon. Jordan now. Lloyd, back to Jordan. Likes it inside 50. Rowbottom brings it to ground. But again, Cats looking really well set. Humphreys out across. Back to Dempsey. Back the other way. Edwards drops his lollies. Holmes on the pine. Well, that's handy for us, bloody hell. Been shredding us all afternoon. Marty out of the ruck. Beautifully done. Back inside 50 we go. And Curnow. There we go. All right, let's see if we can get a snag from him. That would be handy. Well, Marty's got 4. McDonald's got 3. Let's see if Curnow can snag his first of the afternoon. Getting well held today. He's taken some nice contested marks up the ground, so he's been somewhat serviceable at times. Oh, no, he has got a goal. That's right. He did kick one in the third. That's right. Well, chance for 2 then. Set shots have really been a bit hit and miss this season. Let's see if he can guide this through. That's a beautiful kick. Well done, Charlie. That's why we pay the big bucks to kick junk time goals, of course. Good stuff, Charles. Okay, well, goal back. So let's hope, can we see a repeat of the third term? Sergio way home. 12 goals, 7, 15 goals, 14. It's refreshing to see, though. Curnow mark inside 50 feels a bit of a rarity at times this season. Beautiful kick, though, from Charlie. Jordan. A bit of a fumble there from 𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐸, so Jordan now whacks it back the other way. Okay, big contest to be won here for Rowbottom. Ball doesn't really favour him there. Dempsey, well done to Stewart. And just that, their shape, they just look so much well set than us, working the hands. 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼, that's a good tap. Well done, Tom. Oh, just to confirm, yeah, he touched it. Oh, Badger, hopefully going well, mate. Welcome. Yeah, no, we'll take that if you, as a Dockers supporter, there, top of the table. Yeah, I definitely touched there, so minus score. Well, that's minus score. There we go. Well, let's see if we can go up a gear. 10 minutes to go. Nothing to lose now. Just got a gut run and gun. 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼 now. It's a good spot with a kick. Oh, well done from close. He's had some good moments this afternoon. 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼 under the pump. Taken high, maybe. Well done. They'll do ball in. So ball back in the middle. Grundy hit out. Just into space only as far as close, though. As he's tackled well from 𝐸𝐿𝐼. Well done. I think 𝐸𝐿𝐼's done some okay moments. A lot better than his game against Hawthorn. He was a deer in the headlights that game, but he's gotten involved. Done some good pressure acts here and there, but I think today at the minute, no Roses and Pupley out there is hurting a bit. Hunnelly and 𝐸𝐿𝐼 look out to be a couple of battlers. And again, Geelong pretty settled. And win the ball back and hit a target. O'Connor now on the wing. Back inside 50. Good spoil from Tommy McCartan. I think he's been pretty solid for the most part today, T-Mac. Well, 3/4 time, Magpies by 11 points. So, we'll obviously watch the end of that, of course, after this one. Neil to Myers, snapping shot to the top of the square. Good spoil from Lloyd. Just gets the kick away. Good tackle from Blakey. Ah, damn, got him high, unlucky. Lowered his body and Blakey didn't lower his. Well, chance for Jack Henry to get a goal here. So to get it back over 30 points. I think 40 to go. Jack Henry, he's had a few siders. Let's see if we can snag this. Misses. Oh, 8:28. Probably too little too late for us to really mount much of a case here in this game. Mills to bring her back into play. I think he's been pretty important for us today, Callum Mills, across down to Bice. Just a bit of a dangly old kick from Bice to Sarong. Wins it well. Jordan. Not a great hand pass. I think that's been a big difference today. That's when we try and work the hands, it's sort of run into roadblocks, whilst Geelong have been a lot more cleaner and clinical moving the ball. So, yeah, no, definitely, hopefully, yeah, the playing group gets a lot of learnings off the loss today. Holmes 8 clearances, Grundy 8. Again, it's been a really good battle. I think Edwards has held his own really well today. And there you go, out goal sign again, another Cats play, inside 50. Out the back, maybe if a Cameron ball doesn't sit up. Melican a bit of a fumble, recovers okay. Whacks it back. Bounce the ball. Oh, geez. It just doesn't stay in. Bloody bounce the other way. So it's going to be last disposal free to Ollie Dempsey. Dempsey now lowers the eyes inside 50. Good spoil from Melican. Jake Lloyd under this one. Clearing kick out of the 50. Is that going to be a free against Charlie? No, it isn't. So again, another contested mark from 𝐸𝐿𝐼. We're going to watch out Jordan. Oh, good tackle. Crept up on him like a librarian there, Ollie Dempsey. Now the Cats back off the turnover. Work the hands forward again. Myers. Good tackle from Mills. Ball's still alive here, 𝐼𝐵𝐿𝐴. Good kick. 𝐼𝐴 just sitting up at the ball again. He's got to go to it. Holmes back inside 50. Got some numbers here. Big Brodie Grundy. Sarong misses the spoil. All right, score review here. Maybe it touched his leg. So umpire's calls behind. Yeah, definitely touched from 𝐵𝐼𝐶. 𝐵𝐼𝐶 to bring it into play. Good looking kick for 𝐼𝐿𝐴. So obviously still some players to come back in. It's a shame Rampy's out for a few weeks. I think him back there would have been pretty handy this afternoon. Probably wouldn't have much change in the result, but I think we'll probably continue. Hamling was very solid today in the VFL, so maybe does he come back in? Someone goes out, but maybe 𝐼𝐿𝐴. I think Edwards has done some good moments today, though. Well, Josh Sarong on the wing. So 𝐵𝐼𝐶 now has to hit a good spot in the kick with the corridor, but couldn't find 𝐼𝐿𝐴. We just have to really go the corridor. It's that stage of the game. 𝐼𝐿𝐴. Wicks. Takes a bounce. Good kick. That's better than Chad. Lowers the eyes now. Good find for Cleary. Oh, bounces off his chest, but he still takes the mark. Well, with Papley and Roses potentially maybe out with injury, I think Cleary probably keeps his spot. He's actually been okay. And yeah, like his form in the VFL has been absolutely super. So no, it's good to see him definitely get a game reward. Your plays at VFL level, obviously. Well, can he goal here? Caden Cleary. The junk time. Across the face, unlucky. 4-12 for his career, though. That's not ideal. Well, 27 points. Yeah, I mean, we've been battlers, I think, today. But yeah, just from a four-quarter point of view, it's just way too volatile. Cats have been tougher, stronger, cleaner. Yeah, I think we've had a bit of a taste of our own medicine with some of their hand-passing game and their ball movement. They've really torn us to shreds at times. Holmes another disposal, having a good game. Good game. Super game, of course. Now across to 𝐷EMPSey. Back to Holmes. Not 15. Can't quite take the mark there, Grundy. Now Neil back inside 50. Oh, contest here. 𝐼𝐿𝐴 and 𝐴𝐺𝐵. Sarong does well. Yeah, no, I think Sarong's been probably one of our better players today. Kick now into space, just has to really, bit of a nothing kick, but good work, but no. Ball in it. Actually, no, sorry, yeah, last disposal free. Not used to saying ball in, even though obviously the last disposal is a thing now. Back to O'Connor. Yeah, no, Cat. I think we know that we're a good side, but in the case of today, we've been outplayed. It happens, I suppose. Can't win every week. I think we were due for a loss this afternoon. But yeah, no, Cats have been fantastic. They probably should have won by more, to be honest. We're pretty fortunate the game was 14 points three-quarter time with the misses they've had. Yeah, I mean, we've got Richmond next week. I think we really need to put the sword. If we really want to see a good response, we need to put the sword put them to the sword next week. Although they're coming off a win, so their spirits are going to be up. But you know their injury list is building. Geelong next week. Carlton. I think that's at the G. It would be at the G. Yes. Lloyd, good intercept mark, but a terrible kick there from 𝐻𝐿𝐴 𝐵𝐵. Not 15, jeez. Lloyd's been a bit today. I think he's showing his age. But again, he's had some very important performances. McCann has nowhere to go. Been pretty solid today, teammate. Humphreys now inside 50. Good spoil from 𝐼𝐵𝐿. 𝐵𝐵𝐼𝐶 can get on the end of this one. Takes a bounce. Takes 2 bounces. No, he's been really solid today, 𝐵𝐵𝐼𝐶. Mills. Across the corner, okay. Something out the back here, maybe. McDonald. Well, this is one to stuff the stat sheet, I suppose. He's got Heaney on. Nah, I think he'll back himself. Set shots have been beautiful today, Logan, so that's something. This is the thing about these 4 o'clock games. You have dinner late, absolutely starving. McDonald's kick. It's going to land short. It's not even going to make the distance. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, those are so strict, those ones. When they mark it on the goal line, you don't come back to the 9. They pay it right away, basically. Well played today. But look, we showed some good flashes, but I mean, this is just, as a Sydney supporter, this is what we're used to, really. This surge football like 2024. I really hope we can start to knuckle down and play some consistent 4-quarter football, but we haven't really been seeing that the past month. Yeah, I'm sure the expected score will be a bit of a pisser today on this game. Probably should have lost this by a lot more, but look, good fight back in the third when the game looked lost, so that's something, I suppose, but yeah, I think collectively the midfield the last few weeks has been really up and down, so I think this is a pretty justified result in the grand scheme of our form the last few weeks. And look, Geelong have been absolutely brilliant, and you know, they look well settled. The ball, that contested footy's been excellent. They look clean, moving the pill. It's been a taste of our own medicine, as I say again. The running powers looked excellent. Holmes getting plenty of it. And yeah, just really that first half, we looked really rudderless trying to move the ball at times. So, look, not a bad time to have a loss to get found out a bit, and let's see how we bounce back. But again, we've got some winnable games the next few weeks. Richmond, Saints will be tough. That's at home, though. Port Adelaide, that's also at home. Actually, no. Saints, I think, is at Marvel. I know Port game's at home. Obviously, the Brisbane game's at over at the 𝐓𝐴, so that will be good. I just realised it's the first Swans stream this year where it's been a loss. Obviously, I didn't stream the Hawthorn game because I had technical issues and stuff, so well, that's a first. I thought it'd be a bit of a... what's the word? Not good luck charm. I forgot the word. Superstition, you know. You stream it and you win. Your Swannies win the game. But it is what it is. Hopefully we take some good learnings off this. I mean, Papley and Roses coming out of the game, I definitely hurt a bit. Not them at their sharpest. But look, a pretty solid return from the key forwards. Curnow with 2, Amati with 4. McDonald lifted in an important moment of the match, which has been doing well this season. But look, today I think convincingly outplayed for the most part. So, lick our wounds. And, yeah, no, good win from the Cats. 27 points. I suppose in the grand scheme of the season, it could have been a loss by more, so we don't lose too much percentage, so I guess that's something. That could be a telling tale later in the year. Yeah, no, I really outplayed today, so simple as that, I think. Look like a bit of battlers out there at times. 𝐵𝐼𝐶 shaking hands. I tell you again, 𝐵𝐼𝐶, probably up there for one of his best games of his career. He was very, very good. I was impressed with him. You know, he's been so hit and miss with his disposal, but I really liked his performance today. Look, margin could have been worse, so probably take 27 points. I tipped Geelong by 21, so even though margins don't count for later games in the round, I guess that's somewhat accurate. I don't think it really matters much anyway, Moosey, mate, so us kicking a few late, like it was pretty much game over halfway through the last. But look, you know, if 𝐓𝐴den 𝐿𝐼, if he just keeps that goal and gets it back to 8 points, then we're working with something. But I think no, that danger and what's his name, Cameron Gale from the boundaries probably landed the killer blow, to be honest. Well, tough pill to swallow, but I think a loss was bound to happen soon. Again, you can't win every week, and oh look, I'm still a bit disappointed. You know, with how our form was going, I didn't really think we'd really get up for this game. And there you go, very inconsistent four-quarter effort, but yeah, a chance to get a real scalp. I don't really think we've had much of a scalp this year, given the signs we've beat have been you know, injury-riddled teams. But the chance was there today, but. No, not consistent enough from 4 quarters. 𝐴𝐶𝐞 absolutely, I think, schooled us from inside to outs. Full crowd today. Yeah, bloody... Dwayne Russell loves saying that. He says full crowd, and you can bloody see it's a full crowd, of course. I think that should be a bit of a term if you're doing a radio commentary or something. But yeah, no, some positives to take out the game, I think. You know, 𝐵𝐼's probably one of his best games of his career. 𝐶𝐼𝐷 was very good. I was intrigued to see how this matchup would go against... what's his face? Ollie Dempsey. I mean, Dempsey had 23 touches. He had a good game, but he didn't kick a goal. He didn't get caught out goal side at times. So I think 𝐶𝐼𝐷 was really solid. Intercept possessions-wise, pretty good. 𝐴𝐴𝐞, a bit fumbly throughout it. I think it was a pretty solid game from him, but felt like we didn't have enough contributors in that midfield. Roe Bonham played a bit of a role today. Honestly, I liked his game. 10 tackles. I thought he brought the heat. He took Stu out of the game pretty well for the most part. I didn't think he was that much of an influence. McDonald bumping up at an important time. McInerney was really disappointing today, I thought. He's having a great year. You know, missed that shot early on, but he really struggled to keep up with the pace of the game. Couldn't absorb the pressure well. A few misplaced hand passes here or there, so a real disappointing outing from him. I hope we persist with Edwards too. I like some of his moments. Jordan, look, the first half was okay. It didn't really look like he had much of a tag in the first half. He's playing a little bit forward, but then he got the job on Bailey Smith in quarter 2. Good term on him, but after half-time, geez, absolutely blitzed. I think it was a dirty old afternoon from him. Yeah, geez, got absolutely blitzed. And then, yeah, Chad, disappointing game. Takes the 𝐵𝐶𝐞, which we all love. Probably gets mark of the round, but, man, it's 13 touches. Plays a bit forward. We're getting him in bursts. We want to see consistent four-quarter efforts. And I think... really, since the Suns game, that was probably our last really good four-quarter performance. We're just not really getting much of it at the minute. Look, I still think this side's matured this year, but from a four-quarter effort, we're starting to see a few of these 2024-esque performances where we're playing in surges a bit and not really stringing together consistent four-quarter efforts. But look, if we have a bit of a down patch, it happens. Like, it's a loss, it's whatever. Hopefully we all lick our wounds and get going. But look, next week it's an expected win. Richmond at the 𝐶𝐶𝐞. Hopefully we can have a really powerful performance. I think that'll really up the confidence of the team. Yeah, we'll see what happens, Kevin. I mean, we're expected to win, but we'll see what happens. No, it's good. What's the word? Good company in the chat. Thanks for dropping by, Moosey, mate. Enjoy the win, mate. As for Geelong, yeah, they've got the Blues at the G next week. I mean, this is a bloody bit of a bogey opponent for Geelong. It seems like they turn up flat every year. They play the Blues at the G. I'm sure how they go tonight, Carlton. They could maybe go 2 in a row and head into that one with a bit of form. Adelaide, and then Gold Coast for the reverse fixture, Fremantle and Port. But yeah, our next 3 are winnable. Saints they're going to be tricky. I mean, their midfield's been pretty solid, and it was up until three-quarter time, then they got burnt a bit. So they're going to be tough. And then, yeah, Port Adelaide, they're quite a bit of an unpredictable side this year. So, look, take it a week at a time. Hopefully we can keep banking these wins. And look, in the grand scheme of things, we're sitting in a still pretty good position without Errol Goulden. So, he's a very important player for us. So when he gets back with it, if we're sitting in a good spot, hopefully he can start to fire. But I do worry with Goulden. Could it be like a Callum Hill scenario from 2024, where 2024, where he comes back in probably a bit too late, struggles to keep up with the pace? of the game. Yeah, he was pretty rusty when he came back in, but Gordon's so important for us. So hopefully he gets going when he does come back in. 3-1 votes, 3 votes, easily Max Holmes. What a game. Yeah, geez. I'm a bit disappointed. That we didn't go to the tag on him. Tore us to shreds. To be honest, even if Jordan went on him, he probably would have gotten absolutely belted tonight anyway. He was ran off his feet by Smith. 2 votes, I'll go for Smith. Yeah, he had a massive second half, so credit to him. And 1 vote, I really like Connor O'Sullivan's game. He had a fantastic job on Curnow for the most part. Edwards battled really well against Grundy. Grundy got going eventually, though. Humphreys, I thought, was fantastic, to be honest. He had 33 and a goal, so I'll go with Humphreys. He was pretty settled back there. But yeah, a lot of learnings to go. Midfield, pretty inconsistent. Thought it was well beat for the most part. Again, should have lost by more. Yeah, so I think a bit of an old-fashioned reality check. I mean, we know we're a good team, but I think in this point of the season, outplayed tonight, so hopefully we can bounce back. Thanks for tuning in, Fredo. Only get don't you peaking too early? Yeah, exactly right. Like we'll see how there's some fellas have we peaked too early. We'll see, but I hope it isn't the case. And we've been finding ways to win. We haven't been playing the best football, so you can argue that the upside's there to play better footy, even though you're still winning. The Eagles might be the most. Oh yeah, how's that game going? It's 9 points. I might as well watch the end of it as it's getting on. See if who gets on top of that, I suppose. But thanks for tuning in, lads. Yeah, shame about the loss. Again, as I said before, every Sydney stream this year has been a win. So, yeah, there we go. We're couple loss right between the ears. Thanks for tuning in, lads. Make sure you like, subscribe if you did enjoy. Yeah, hopefully we can bounce back next week against the Tigs. Rest of the round, we'll have a quick look. Team stats might as well go. 69 to 45 inside 50s. Yeah, I think a lot of that comes from the midfield. The Cats able to find the mark and then get the handball received, then they're off. The running power really hurt us today. 38 to 34 clearances. So, we were right in that department today, but the contested ball, especially throughout that second half, we were absolutely burnt in that term. But it was nice to see as the game wore on, when it was a bit, we kept on fighting. We were able to get a bit of our ball movement game going, but when the game was there to be won, it was, well beat in the end. Marks inside 50 to 13 to 15, so we showed some efficiency. That was handy. But yeah, probably should have lost by a bit more today. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, lads. Have a good rest of your nights. Yeah, Lawson was unbelievable. He was the trade. It was the pick that was traded. When the Cats traded 𝐼𝐴, they wanted a late pick, and it was like pick 70 something. That pick was used on free, so yeah, it was a pretty good pickup in the end. Yeah, he was definitely one of the best today. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, lads. Have a look at the live ladder. So yeah, Cats in third. Again, we're still set a game clear in the top 2, so it's handy for now. Outplayed today, but hopefully we can bounce back. Thanks for tuning in, lads, and have a good rest of your night.